Welcome everyone to the top 16 here at round 4 of DMP 2025, celebrating 15 years of smoke here at Tor Poznań. It has been a crazy top 32. I'm joined by Kian Reedy. My name is Brandon Carter. We are back once again, and this is where things get intense. This is where the championship fight is going to be crazy, Kian.
Yeah, absolutely, Brandon. We've seen already an unbelievable day yesterday with qualifying taking place. We had some unbelievable runs. To mention one was David Spasov, who got 97 in his first run of the day yesterday. I think he was our 6th driver overall, got a 97. And then today, top 32, we are unbelievably stacked with top 32, and now we're top 16. So we're here today, Tor Poznań. We started off the season in Tor Poznań, then went to Katowice, and then we ended up in Tor Kielce, and now we are Tor Poznań. You can see our previous winners there as well. We round 1 was Jakob Kroll, the second round was Lukasz Taszemski, and round 3 was Mads Andersen getting the win there. So who is going to win here today in Poznań? Who will take the championship? We are going to throw it down to Kamil and Victoria down on the ground.
Witamy się z widzami TVN Turbo. Startujemy top 16 klasy Pro, czyli wielkie rozstrzygnięcie tego, co wydarzało i wydarzać się jeszcze będzie na końcówce sezonu Driftingowych Mistrzostw Polski 2025, a sprawa nie jest jasna i definitywnie nie jest przesądzona.
Dokładnie tak. Zapraszamy Was również na nasze sociale, bo tam znajdziecie wszystkie informacje na bieżąco, wszystkie wydarzenia. No i co? Czekamy na te wielkie top 16. Serce pęka, że to już koniec, ostatnia runda, ale z drugiej strony jesteśmy bardzo ciekawi, jak ona się rozstrzygnie.
No jakbym miał duszę, to bym uronił łzę, ale nie mam, więc nie uronię, choć smutek pozostanie. Widzimy już pierwszych kierowców wyjeżdżających na pola przedstartowe, więc najwyższa pora rozstrzygnąć tę batalię o tytuł Mistrza Polski w klasie Pro sezonu 2025 Driftingowych Mistrzostw Polski, jubileuszowej 15. edycji.
Dokładnie tak. No emocji na pewno teraz nie zabraknie, bo tutaj nie jeden kierowca ma chrapkę i szansę na zwycięstwo, także myślę, że dzisiaj będziemy mieli naprawdę mocne show, szczególnie jeśli chodzi o końcówkę.
Wyjścia nie ma. Zaczynamy.
Let's go.
That is right, Victoria. Let's go. We are at the top 16. This is the final time. So Camille is our on the track reporter, showing us all the interviews and getting opinions from drivers and staff. And we also have Victoria handling the social media side to everything. So we're going to quickly look at our track layout very shortly, but this is going to be absolutely insane. As you can see, the Merlot lifter there, giving some of our spectators an incredible view, showing how far they can extend. But let's go for the top 16 here at Tor Poznań. So, our track layout here at Tor Poznań at the final is going to be very interesting because we do have a short run-up, but is it one of the fastest layouts of the season? As you can see there, we've got the half line on the initiation, so the lead cannot go over that with a decel going into outer zone 1. Very important setup point. As you can see that we go around, keep it wide into outer zone 2. This is a point where a lot of drivers have been struggling to get out to, which then sets you up perfectly if you get it right and do a middle track transition towards outer zone 3 here. This is the longest zone of the entire layout, and it is one of the hardest as well to maintain as you keep it nice and long. Coming out of outer zone 3, you come into the middle, do a manji past the teardrop, and then bring it back out wide into a tiny little decel zone to settle the car into outer zone 4, which then comes nice and wide, and you pull the car inside towards inner clip 5 and across the line. This is a really technical track. It is the fastest track of the season, and this is going to be a good one. So we are going to be getting things ready. We do have some drivers already gridded up and ready to go. So shortly we will be starting our top 16. So we're going to get a quick look at our judges. I do say so. Kian.
Yeah, so throwing over to our judges, we have 4 of the best judges in Europe here today. And throughout the whole season, these guys have been really just giving full transparency and making sure everybody knows why a decision was made and making sure that, you know, the right decision is made, because nobody wants an unclear decision or a decision that not everybody thinks is right. They want to make sure that everything is done properly. So we have some of the best judges in the game here. So you can see them there, our beautiful judges. We have Piri Virkula on the left-hand side, Mateusz Jedzic, our line judges. We have David Kalas is our style judge and Karl Jablansky is our angle judge. David Kalas is going to give us a few words here now.
And now the heat is going up. We are going for top 16. It will be some battles. Like when I looked into the bracket, there will be no easy battle for us, no easy battle for the drivers. But we will do our best to judge it as good as we can, as the drivers will try their best to show us the best what we can. So please, for the people here, make some cheering for the people who will be driving here, because they are doing it for you.
Thank you, David. And he is completely right. This is a great spectator sport. And look at the crowds we have got for the final here at DMP 2025 here at Tor Poznań. This is probably the busiest crowd I have seen throughout the entire season. This is everyone who's come down. But there is only one way to decide who is going to be finishing the season in the top 3. And that is, we've got to get them into the top 16. As Mads Andersen, Kuba Kroll and Lucas Jasimski are in the top 3 so far, but can it get shaken up? We'll have to see as we move on to the top 16. Let's get things kicked off very shortly. So here we are here at the top 16. And wow, this bracket is absolutely insane, kid. What have we got ahead for us?
Yeah, we've got a stacked bracket here for our top 16. Starting us off will be David Sposob versus Karolina Pilarczyk, two of the most iconic Polish drivers in the series. Then we move on to Mads Andersen versus Alex Solownia, two international drivers coming here to DMP. Then we move on to Jakub Przegap versus Fabian Dorzinski. Dorzinski in a borrowed car from David Sposob, and Jakub Przegap, obviously an ex-champion here. Then we move to Kevin Vrubel versus Arz Mizolchuk. And on then to Marcin Neyman versus Nasser Al-Harbali, the man from El Salvador. Then we move to Lukasz Kalaziski versus Timur Lipski in both them A90 Supras. Then on to Lukasz Szymski versus Kuba Kroll. That is going to be an unbelievable battle for the championship. Both those guys in the running for it. And then our last battle of the top 16 will be Peter Utasi versus Salt Homan. This is unbelievable, Brandon. We are going to lose our voice by the end of this top 16. I guarantee it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It is going to be intense. I mean, there's so many championship kind of threatening battles that are going on in this top 16. This is where it all comes down to a hairline. And yeah, honestly, I mean, semi-pro, we finished up with the craziest way to finish. We've got our top 3, but now we have to crown our top 3 here in pro. And we have David Sposob, top qualifier for the final, going against Karolina. Two very similar cars, but obviously two very different ways of setting them up. Karolina with probably one of the most exciting celebrations of a battle victory I've ever seen in the top 32. So we'll have to see if she can try and take down this absolute legend, which is David Sposob. Obviously, he's one of the hardest drivers to beat when it comes to the Polish scene and European scene in general. Let's see what they can do as we get them setting off now. The lights go green. 2S15 sending it down. 1 GZ, 1 V8. Let's see what they can do as they initiate into out zone 1. On the initiation, Karolina is a little bit further behind them what we were expecting her to be. To come to out 2, transitioning towards 3 now. Karolina does find the pocket of David Sposob, does come up a bit short, but has to straighten and has to reinitiate, but she goes onto the grass, and that is going to be the end of this run for Karolina as David Sposob just drives away, coming through in a clip 5, and Karolina does finish off the run. Very unfortunate start to the battle there for Karolina.
Yeah, very unfortunate. A little bit of a late initiation there from Karolina. David Sposob giving a great lead line from the get-go here and throughout the entirety. So David Sposob transitioning back here down to zone 3. Karolina tries to get up on the door of that S15 as she starts to drop inside. She tries to save it but manages to just straighten. Unfortunately goes to reinitiate, but reinitiates into the grass as David Sposob keeps holding down that perfect lead line. Maybe just kicking up some dirt there on the side of the track after outer zone 4, but Karolina Pilarczyk does finish out the run behind David Spasov. So we will move them along to the second half of this battle here. As we swap them around, we'll get Karolina to lead out David Spasov. And
It's going to be interesting.
She will not be happy about that.
She's still happy, but Jimmy, it's impossible for her to not be happy. I don't think I've ever seen her upset. But we'll have to see what she can do with the lead, obviously. Big mistake in the chase there. David is going to have his spotter telling him about everything that happened in that first half, so we'll have to see what they can do with the second half. As you can see there, getting ready to go as the lights go green. Very similar horsepower, very similar horsepower in both of these cars. Nice initiation into zone 1. Karolina is getting the gap though. She is very fast throughout zone 2 as they come around into out zone 3, but she does drop tyres there. And David just kind of hangs back. He knows what he has to do as they come through out zone 4. Now come around the last corner into inner clip 5. Not a bad lead there from Karolina, but obviously I don't think it's going to be enough to kind of turn it the other way.
No, unfortunately not. I'd agree with you there, Brandon. Unfortunately, Karolina doing a very nice job at this point in the lead position. Spasov a little bit behind here, a little bit of a gap, but as Karolina comes into outer zone 3, she's very late to it and then ends up just washing wide there as she leaves outer zone 3. Spasov seeing that, he does make a dive up onto the door of her S15 as they transition back here towards outer zone 4, coming through here down the last corner, coming over the bump there. Spasov still gaining on the pink S15 here as we come through inner clip 5 and across the line. So unfortunately for Karolina Pilarczyk, I believe that is all it wrote for the weekend for her, and David Spasov will continue on to the top 8 as Karolina gives a wave to the crowd here. One of the fan favourites here is Karolina Pilarczyk, along with David Spasov, a man who's been around for a very long time. Spasov Motorsport as a whole. You've got Wojtek and David building those cars there at Spasov Motorsport, their whole team. A fabulous group of guys. Very, very good car and engine builders. As we do get a decision here, and it is David Spasov getting the win here, going through to the top 8. Winning his top 16 battle. Karolina Pilarczyk dropping out of competition here in the top 16. We will see her back for next season in 2026 as we move on to the next battle, Brandon.
It is definitely going to be an interesting one as Karolina, obviously congratulations to both drivers. Karolina being a great personality in DMP, but this one is now going to be a big one. Can Oleski Holovnia take down Mads Andersen? That is the question. Because obviously this currently, Mads Andersen is our points leader, so every battle counts for Mads right now. So the further he gets in, the more secure he is. And obviously if Oleski Holovnia takes him down, this could completely switch the championship as Jakob Kroll and Lukas Szymski have the chance to take that top spot still, especially with Lukas Szymski being so close to Mads Andersen. So Mads has to really put on a good battle here as the lights now start to go. That E92 will be leading in that zone after FRS. Here we go, Mads Andersen in the lead, Oleski Holovnia in the chase. See what they can do as they initiate into out zone 1. Nice initiation there for Mads Andersen. Lovely through out zone 2. A little bit of a dirt drop there as they come around now into out zone 3. Oh, but he goes off of track and contact is made. Mads Andersen potentially. Oh, and he spins as well. This could be a massive upset to the championship. I'm not too sure what happened there, but clearly he just didn't find the grip. And my heart is absolutely gutted for him watching that. That was we're going to have to see what happens in the replay there. We're going to have a proper look. Obviously, Holovnia checking his car to make sure that nothing's bent. But yeah, Kian, what do you think of what happened here?
Yeah, so obviously Mads Andersen had the dirt drop just here as they transition back. That will wash him and push him a little bit wide here coming into outer zone 3 naturally. And as that happens, Holovnia just follows him directly into that there. There was not really any avoiding that for Holovnia, unfortunately, and Mads Andersen does loop it. Holovnia doing a very good job to get that CN6 chassis stopped and not hitting Mads Andersen and causing a large collision there on track. So unfortunately for Mads Andersen, this will be a shake-up in the championship here. I think Alex Holovnia, all he has to do is complete one pass of the track, and that will be the advantage to Alex Holovnia. That's 10-0 there for Hlavnia, in my opinion. There was no contact that forced Mads off track. That was completely down to the dirt drop in the second outer zone there. So Marshall just talking to Alex Hlavnia just to make sure that everything is okay. I think Hlavnia may be asking for a competition timeout. The judges will have to deem fault for that. You can see the Kevlar underneath the wrap there, the Trinity Racing team. As Marshall has a quick look down at the front,
just making sure nothing's bent.
Hlavnia's car.
I am absolutely heartbroken for Mads. Obviously, I've been speaking to Mads a couple of times over social media, and he is such a lovely guy. And as you can see there, it's just not a good situation to be in. Obviously, it is still second half, so we've got to see what he can do with that. But it's just, if this is how it ends, it's going to be. It's a shame. It is a shame. But once again, though, this is the thing with drifting. It's so unpredictable. Anything can happen, no matter how good you are. I mean, we've seen it in DMEC when James Dean and Peter Finsek were doing the spotlight battle, and they made that contact. And they are two of the best in the world. So it can happen to anyone. And unfortunately, I think Mads obviously having an insane season, and unfortunately, I think this could be where it kind of just. I mean, he's still got. It's hard to say. It's right now the points are. It's so close to Lukas Tuszymski in second. He has to win. He has to move on. Unless Lukas Tuszymski.
If he passes through the top 16 and Mads Andersen does not, that will mean Lukas Tuszymski will move into first place. So. Then you do have the whole thing as well with Jakob Krul as well, also in the mix there. So we do have to be wary of that as well. The championship is not over after this battle, so we do get the lead of the line here. Mads Andersen to chase in Alex Hlavnia as Alex Hlavnia initiates in. Mads Andersen a good gap behind there. Alex doing a very nice job, 116 kilometers an hour on the gun there on initiation. So Alex Hlavnia just having to make a pass to the track here is doing a very good job of that, doing a very nice lead line here as Mads Andersen does follow him through the track. And Alex Hlavnia does cross the line there, so we will get them guys back down to the decision area to get the judges' call. But Brendan, let's have a look at this run.
See, Alexei Hlavnia doing an incredible lead. You can't really fault him there in any way. And I do think Mads Andersen, you can just tell he's so deflated. And you can see it in his driving. It's just not got the same flair, not the same aggression. It's just, you can tell he's just so beaten up and shaken by that first run. And I think the fight has kind of left him at this point for the rest of the round.
And
it is I could see that. Yeah, you can see it in his driving. It's so sad to see. So sad, but obviously, Trinity X doing an incredible job today. Alexei Hlavnia really on good form, and we are going to get a confirmation. Alexei Hlavnia moving on to the top 8, and unfortunately is all in the air now for the championship. Unfortunately there for Mads Andersen. And when you watch the stream back, Mads, love you. You did an amazing job all season, so take that with pride. Don't let that beat you down. But so, now we move on to the next battle, which will be Jakub Ściąski versus Fabian, which is just going to be something else. These two are incredible drivers. Fabian's got all of the aggression in the world, a lot of flair as well. But Jakub Ściąski has that robotic lead, almost, that you could just trust. It's almost like when you go into an AI lobby for a certain course and you just have the perfect leads every time. So let's see if they can keep that up. Let's see if Jakub can stay on form, or will he get shaken up as they initiate into out zone 1, moving through now into out zone 2, looking nice and tidy. Fabian Dorinsky right there though on the side of his door, almost wheel to wheel, has to kind of left foot brake and almost straightens as they come through now in the margin section. Jakub Ściąski looking really solid in the lead, going through out zone 4 as they come through now into the last corner in Interclep 5. A little bit shallow there from Jakub, but doing a good job. Fabian Dorinsky doing a good job as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So really good lead here from Kuba Braganski, and you can see Fabian Dorzinski there just trying to push up onto the door of the GR86. It's such a fast car though, and he is having to cut some angle and cut some line to get up there with the GR86, and you can see they're kind of even pulling ahead of him a little bit just to try stay there with him coming through transition here. This is where a little bit of a gap forms as we transition back towards outer zone 4. Kuba Braganski getting out ahead of Fabian Dorzinski here and just burning the tyres off the back of that GR86 as the Spotstop Motorsport S15 does follow in chase quite closely, but not close enough, unfortunately. So we will go back to the line here. We'll swap them around. We'll have Kuba Braganski to chase out Fabian Dorzinski in that Spotstop Motorsport S15 that he has borrowed for this weekend. And he has a picture of Kuba Braganski taped to the front of the car.
I kind of want to know why.
Maybe he's fanboying. Maybe he's just a big fan.
Either that or he's like, I'm gonna rub your rear bumper with a picture of you.
I'm gonna rub your face off your rear bumper.
Oh, it's definitely a win.
Lining up there to try maybe get the jump on Fabian Dorzinski as we get the red lights on, and they will turn to green as Fabian Dorzinski leaves the line here. Jakub Braganski to chase him down. Really tight here on initiation here. Dorzinski initiating very fast through outer zone 1 and 2 as we come around to outer zone 3 here. Very good lead line here from Dorzinski as we have Kuba Braganski right there in the back. Look at the transitions here from Kuba Braganski right on the door of the Spotstop S15 as we go around kicking up a bit of dirt around the last corner. Kuba Braganski is on fire in the chase run here, Brandon.
Just another day in the office for Jakub, let's be honest. Jakub Braganski once again showing why he is one of the top drivers in Europe. And obviously, I mean, he could have been a bit deeper, mimicking the line a bit better, going through outer zone 3. Obviously, that's just my way of looking at things. But as you can see here, the control through the transitions, the way he just slowly pedals it through, absolutely pinpoint, but could have got a little bit of a better dive. But obviously, Fabian Dorzinski does come really deep inside, and that's not really where the judges want to be seeing him. And Jakub saw that and didn't want to follow it in. So he definitely... in a sense, it's Jakub Braganski is opening up the door to the judges to see how inside he was, and it's a really smart way of driving to point out the mistakes a bit more. So we'll have to see where this goes. Obviously, Jakub being a very calculated driver, as you can see there, both just having a nice little moment. I am going to be meeting Jakub and his spotter Benedict next week as well. Literally a week yesterday. FAI IDC as well, so it'll be nice to actually have a chat with them and chill out. But yeah, so
out there someone says does Jakub not have any brake lights? Jakub doesn't use his brakes.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
This is the other thing, they are quite hard to see sometimes on stream.
Yeah.
They are there. You can kind of see the strip there just above the sun strip with the
It's
DMP
about the lighting.
on it. But yeah, it's kind of hard to see unless it's dark. But it is there. You can see it if you look quite closely, and the judges will be able to see that as well. So,
yep. Usually you can see it in the characteristics of the car as well, the wheel speed changes and everything. And usually it's the trail wheel on the front as well that can show left foot braking. So there's multiple ways to see besides just brake lights as well. But you do have to know a little bit, and it's not always easy to spot. And this is where the race data lab stuff, like the Wallies, do come in handy. Obviously, we don't utilize them here, but it's obviously a thing that is starting to take the drifting world by storm. As we do have
deliberating over this one as well, Brandon. This is taking a little bit longer than I would have thought.
Yeah, definitely. So going to be interesting.
So maybe we're just waiting for something like that, but we will see what happens there between both of these drivers. Judges having a very good chat about this, as we have a bit of a prediction going on in the chat here. We have some people putting their comments through, some people saying that yeah, Kuba was braking, and some people saying no, Kuba wasn't braking and stuff like that. So we will see as we do get the score, and it will be Kuba Braganski getting the win and going through to the top 8 Fabian Dorozinski, dropping out of competition there. A very good weekend for him after having a disaster in practice on Friday. His gearbox not working in his own car, and Sposa Motorsport saying, "Here, take our car." And he was very impressed with that car. I saw on Instagram he was doing nothing but singing praises, Brandon.
Oh yeah, I mean, David Spotsov make it, and the whole team at Spotsov Motorsport make quality builds, especially the 15s. So you know they're going to work. Obviously, David running himself, so he's had a lot of time to understand them. But we do have Kevin Ribble now at the line. You can see that Sujigiri grip wire wheel there. I will always point that out, and I will do until he isn't running anymore. We also have Oris Middleyuk. Oh my god, that name is a tongue twister for me. I don't know why, but he is. We have Oris in the chase, Kevin Ribble in the lead. So let's see what they can do. Obviously, Oris had the incident on the start in the previous run, so let's see what they can do as they come up into the initiation. Oris is a very aggressive chase driver. Kevin Ribble, big angle, but completely misses out of clip 2. As they come around, Oris has to come into the inside to avoid Kevin Ribble, as he was quite severely offline. As he comes through now in the margin and comes out of zone 4. Coming around in towards the last corner in a clip 5. Oris is right there. So I do think that Kevin Ribble made a big mistake there in the lead, which caused Oris to have to pull back in the chase. So this could go in Oris's favour towards the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Missing outer clip 2 is Kevin Ribble in the lead there. As you see Oris having to cut some angle there to get back up on the door of that E36. As Kevin does get back online eventually, does get in filling the zone of outer zone 3. When we transition back here, you can see Oris trying everything he can to make a dive down onto the door of the E36, not on a huge amount of angle, cutting a track a bit to get up onto the E36, but coming over the bump there, does manage to get a little bit of a boost and get towards the rear quarter of that car. And we will switch them around, Brandon. We will bring them back to get the second half of this run. Kevin Vrubel to chase in Oris Michalchuk. And this means Kevin Vrubel has to go 100% here. He doesn't have an option. He has to push on the door of that S14 in that E36. He doesn't really have any other option. Like, he literally has to go 100% here. His spotter will be telling him that on the radio. So we will see what happens here when we get the green lights to send these guys down the track. You see there Kevin Vrubel locked in, not looking at the camera. Happy out there, drops the visor down as we get red lights illuminating here, and we will get the red lights going green, and Oris Michalchuk will lead out Kevin Vrubel in the second half of this battle here. Kevin Vrubel chasing in Oris, very close here on entry as he follows him directly through outer zone 2, around to outer zone 3. Kevin Vrubel on fire here. Oris not really on the best line as we come into outer zone 3, as we come out of it though. Kevin Vrubel right there coming into outer zone 4, making a dive again onto Oris, making a bit of contact there as they come around the last corner and down across the line, Brandon. Let's break it down.
Definitely an interesting second half of the battle. Obviously, Oris on an incredible line here from 1 to 2, but then comes up shallow for outer zone 3, and this is where it kind of falls apart for him. He has to kind of pull the car back in. Kevin Vrubel doing a good job of handling that as they come through the Manji section. Nice and tidy coming through here, but this is where it gets a bit sketchy. So Oris is on an incredible line through outer zone 4, but then straightens up, makes a big correction, and then gets it back onto angle. So I don't think there actually was contact, but big corrections there from Oris. But is it enough to kind of outweigh what happened with Kevin Vrubel in the first half? That is the question. As you can see there, we've gone back at the results area. So we'll have to see what the judges think of that, because obviously there was mistakes between both of them. They could potentially go OMT. It just depends on which side weighs heavier as a mistake. But we'll have to see. As going into the top 8 is Kevin Vrubel moving on to top 8. And even he looks surprised.
No, I completely agree with that decision there.
What you got for us, Camel?
Kevin Wróbel z nami. Kevin, no przygody na początku tego weekendu, no ale jak widać rozpędzasz się. Czym dalej, tym lepiej.
Chyba się dopiero wjeżdżam w trasę, bo naprawdę mam z nią problem, walczę z nią cały weekend, ale chyba coraz lepiej mi idzie, nie wiem, no.
Myślałem, że znalazłeś jakiś złoty patent, którym nie będziemy się dzielić, bo oczywiście jeszcze trochę rywalizacji przed tobą.
Po prostu włączyłem mega agresję i pojechałem.
No dobra, ale tu jakieś podpowiedzi spoterów, czy coś przyuważyłeś, jakieś korekty w aucie, czy to po prostu tak wyszło, że no właśnie, to o czym rozmawialiśmy z innymi kierowcami, że ta trasa jest bardzo zdradliwa, bo jest taki moment, w którym wydaje się, że już trzeba odpuścić, a wcale tam nie trzeba odpuszczać, wręcz przeciwnie, trzeba iść pełnym piecem.
Tak, zgadzam się w 100%, tu ostatni łuk jest mega wymagający, jeśli chodzi o psychikę, bo chcesz hamować, ale musisz mieć wklepane.
No dobra, Kevin, auto pierwsze, którym driftowałeś to?
BMW E40, nie, E36, 1.8 IS.
Nadal bez zaskoczeń. Kevin Wróbel, wielkie dzięki, powodzenia dalej.
Dziękuję bardzo.
Dziękuję indeed, Kevin. Great job. So we'll be moving on to our next battle, which will be Nasser Al-Abali and Martin Neyman. As we have them both at the line now. Nasser Al-Abali in the lead. Martin Neyman in the chase. Unfortunately, just looking in the chat, what did he say? Unfortunately, I do not speak Polish, so I can't translate. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to learn over the next season. Thank you for people who are helping comment in the chat. But now we have Nasser in the lead. Martin Neyman in the chase. Big initiation there from Nasser Al-Abali. Oh, but look at this! Catches oversteer potentially. Goes off of track. Wow, what just happened? Martin Neyman just now has everything to work with. He could just finish the run. He knows he's got the advantage. What just happened there? That was interesting. And that was a lot of speed coming off of track.
Yeah, it looks like Nasser Al-Habali just might have maybe the wheels locked up there, because you can see him, he just keeps going across the grass. Nothing happened there.
I thought he hit
try
something.
to make his way back onto track. As yeah, the marshals all around the car there. You wonder what happens with that. Hopefully, nothing.
Was there
too
a failure?
extreme.
I don't know. Knowing his luck, he has had brake issues before. Could a caliper have locked up potentially, or was there a problem with something else? I mean, he's trying to look at something at the moment, but he's not too sure what's going on. We're gonna have to find out what happened. I mean, the car is running on its own power, so it's not an engine issue, I don't think, or is it running on its own power?
It's definitely running on its own power, but maybe the steering.
Yeah, might have had a steering lockup. Maybe the power steering just went mid-run. Potentially. Could be power steering related. Someone saying the engine shut off in the chat. It's hard to say, because obviously power steering is related to the engine as well. So it's really hard to say. And obviously we do have a certain amount of time where the driver has to come up to the line for the next half of the battle, and unfortunately Nasser Al-Abali is going to be banned out of competition because he cannot get back to line in time. So there you go, the timer hits 0, which means Martin Neyman is going to be moving on into the top 8. As you can see there, our Starline Marshal just saying, look, time is up, and that is that.
I think it could be a steering issue there for Nasser, as they're pushing the car back, but he's only going dead straight. You can see there the wheels are not turning.
I'm just thinking.
Oh no, it is turning there. The steering wheel is kind of moving with the wheels there. So I wonder, is it
power steering? I have a feeling it is power steering.
No, the wheels.
It's hard to say. It is really hard to say. Obviously, it's a really unfortunate way to end the weekend for him and the season. But unfortunately, in motorsport, these things do happen. But the main thing is, with the way the car was coming off of track, one thing we can be grateful for is the fact that he had no accident leading after that, because he came off the track with a lot of speed And luckily he did not. There was no injury, no damage, and everyone was safe. So that is all that matters. So if you're at the track, obviously, make sure to go and give him his best wishes. He's a very friendly guy and he loves talking to everyone. So I'm pretty sure he will really appreciate the support. Make sure you go and follow him on social medias. Why not 5-minute break for a check? Unfortunately, that isn't quite how it works in our rulebook, unfortunately. And Martin Neyman will be moving on into the top 8 because the car broke in its own. It's an isolated incident. Unfortunately, it's common practice when it's an isolated incident with no prior contact, nothing. It is the case of, unfortunately, there is no timeout allowed.
Yeah, so a lot of people may be wondering, 5-minute rules are allowed in some championships, but in this championship they aren't allowed. The only way you can get a competition timeout, which is 10 minutes, you are allotted 10 minutes if the other driver is at fault for the damage to your car. So as like you're saying, Brandon, there's no contact there. Nasser completely off its own, its own stuff there. That was a separate issue to any other contact. There was no contact deeming fault there to Marcin Neyman.
It's so unlucky. So unlucky. Nasser has not had... He's had a good season, but at the same time, he has had a lot of demons with that car over the entire season. So...
Po prostu? Czy mam go wyciągnąć? Jedzie.
Yep. So we're going to throw it down to Camille here, who will be with Nasser Al-Harbali. I believe we can see him down there.
Yep, he's just going to wait until Nasser is able to get out of the car. And obviously, they're just loading onto the back of the low loader. He's a handsome chap, ain't he?
Raz, dwa.
Being patient. We love you, Camille. Obviously, we're just... Nasser is just sat in the car, making sure he keeps it straight.
Mówię raz.
So,
Raz, dwa, trzy, raz, dwa,
as
trzy.
we wait on that.
Raz, dwa, trzy. No dobrze, Nasser Al-Harbali wciągany w tym momencie na lawetę. Zaraz spróbujemy go wyciągnąć. W tym momencie widzimy, że musi kontrolować auto podczas wciągania wyciągarką. Zaraz spróbujemy dowiedzieć się, co się stało z tym samochodem. No bo Nasser Al-Harbali był jednym z pretendentów tutaj do walki o zwycięstwo podczas 4. rundy Driftingowych Mistrzostw Polski. Od samego początku był jednym z pretendentów i pokazywał, że mimo tego, że nigdy nie jeździł w Polsce, to świetnie radził sobie na tych torach. Rozmawiałem z nim na każdej rundzie i na każdej praktycznie mówił, że nie dość, że organizacja świetna, to jeszcze świetnie czuje się na tych naszych polskich nitkach. Niezależnie od tego, czy byliśmy, niezależnie od tego, na którym torze byliśmy, no to zawsze bawił się z nami świetnie.
Thank you very much, Camille. I really wish I knew how to speak Polish so I could understand what he said. But obviously, I'm pretty sure that was a brief explanation of what's going on with Nasser. I'm not too sure if Nasser wants to talk right now, so I think that is just how it's going to be for the moment, as we have Martin Neyman at the line, ready for his buy run. Yeah, like someone just said in the chat, come on, someone in chat, translate what happened. Come on, do us a favour. So Martin Neyman is going to just do his buy run now to get him in through to the top 8. And obviously he's been doing the smart thing of initiating the corner and doing a drift. Like, all you have to do is drift the first corner and you can shut it down, just to show that the car works and it has the ability to complete the lap. But of course he will be moving on into the top 8. Once again, though, very unfortunate for Nasser Al-Harbali. Obviously, it's not the way he wanted to end his weekend, but sometimes these things do just happen. But hopefully we'll see him back next season, bigger and better, and hopefully the car won't be as problematic as it has been this season. But then again, with all the power he runs, all the expensive components, and how much stress these cars go under, something's always bound to go wrong at some point, and unfortunately that just happened today.
Well, in fairness, drifting is one of those motorsports where you are running the car on a knife edge completely. You're on limiter the whole time. You're putting the max power and max torque through your drivetrain, through your powertrain, through everything, through the wheels. You've got your brakes, everything, clutch. These things do break. They all have fail points. Everything has a fail point, and it's unfortunate because we all love this motorsport. It's one of the greatest motorsports in the world, in my opinion. But these things just mean that it will break. As we do go back to the line, we have Łukasz Kalevitsky versus Timur Lipski.
I'm excited for this.
This is gonna be unbelievable. Fireworks is an understatement for what's about to happen here. As we do get red lights here.
I was speaking to Lucas earlier before, just as top 32 finished, so he is excited but nervous, but I told him just have fun, let's see what he can do as they go to outside zone 1. Looking really nice on the line though, Lucas, as they come around into out zone 3 now. This is looking really solid from both of these drivers as they come around through the Manji section. Both A90s going absolutely ham. Look at this line from Lucas, but in the chase, right there in the pocket. What a first half. The spotter coming in as a driver, and he is proving he is worthy of that chassis.
Yeah, let's break this down here. So Timur Lipski doing a very nice job in the chase here, as Łukasz doing an incredible job in the lead here, right on that qualifying line. But that makes life a little bit easier for Timur Lipski. It makes it easier because he knows exactly where Łukasz is going to be. So he can just push up onto the door of the A90 Super. The other thing is, these cars are equal length. They're the exact same car, so they can literally just land the car where he needs it. He just needs to aim perfectly for where he wants and exactly where he ends up. So very, very tidy run from both drivers here. Not really a mistake on either's part. Maybe not being deep enough in certain sections, but chase and lead very, very good so far. As we will bring them back to the line, we'll switch them around here, and we will see what happens in the second half of this run, Brandon.
Yep, definitely. I mean, obviously, like I was saying earlier, if you weren't here, Lucas did say to me that he has only really spent most of the time in the S15 training, so he has got minimal time in this A90. Obviously, this is Peter's DMEC car, so it is quite a bit of a difference to the S15. But luckily, he has had a bye run to get into the top 16, so he did get a chance to get a bit more into grip with the car. And now he's saying he was concerned that with how fast that car is, he was actually concerned that he was going to be too fast behind other people in the chase. So we'll have to see what happens here. Will he be extremely quick in the chase, or will Timur bring the pace that he needs as they go down the main straight? It's looking like Timur's going to get a nice bit of pace. Oh, he doesn't initiate though. And fair play to Lucas. The reaction times there from Lucas was insane. Very, very good control there. That was close.
Yeah,
I guarantee you.
Obviously, yesterday having that issue with the wheel coming off the car as well.
Yes, so, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I guarantee
you, Brandon. We forgot about a wheel coming off the back of an A90 Carbon Kevlar Super.
Tell you what, if that was me in Lucas's position, my legs would have been shaking with how quickly that was close. Like that was.
Let's have a look and see what happens here.
Look how close he gets.
There wasn't even a flick there from Lipski to initiate. Looks like there was no power from the get-go there.
Nope.
So I wonder, you can see his steering wheel kind of steered in, but nothing happening at the rear wheels there. So I'm wondering, is there a power issue with that car? Well done to Łukasz for the reaction time, though. That is very impressive for somebody in their first competition ever. That is incredible that he had the common sense to pull that off.
I mean, we've got to talk about how much commitment he was about to have into that initiation and how much grip and speed that car has. That is hard to pull out of something like that in a car like that. So that's... Peter's going to be definitely sitting there as a spotter looking proud and saying, I picked the right guy. It's incredible stuff, though.
As we will get confirmation here for who is passing through to the top 16, and I believe it will solidify that Łukasz Kalevitsky will get the win, and he will go through to the top 16 and versus Marcin Neyman in the top 8.
That is just unreal. Imagine being your first time in competition, hardly driving the Waterhouse A90 and then taking your first battle. Insane stuff. But look at Lukas Jasimski. He is locked in. He is focused. He is excited because now he has the opportunity to take the championship. But it all comes down to this. So I've just found out, Mads Anderson actually has just said to me his e-brake did go.
Very, very unfortunate for Mads. As we do get red light going up on the tree here, Lukas Jasimski versus Jakob Kroll to go down the track for the championship here. We have all the biscuits to be taken here as Lukas Jasimski initiates into outer zone 1. Jakob Kroll right there for the S14 as we transition back to outer zone 3 here. Lukas Jasimski on a very nice line here as Jakob Kroll following directly into speed as we come through the center section here into the outer zone 4. Jasimski on a fly on the lap, and look at Jakob Kroll on the back door of Lukas Jasimski. What a run from both Polish drivers here.
See, knowing these two both know what is at stake here, they've got to go all or nothing, and that just shows in their driving. Jakob Kroll could have been a bit more consistent through out zone 3 here. It could have been a bit better on the line mimicking, but manages to make it work. But it's through this corner here. As soon as they get into out zone 4, he just puts the dive on to the side of Lukas Jasimski, and almost look, he does shallow up on the angle though. So there are a couple of mistakes there from Jakob Kroll in the chase. It wasn't as solid as we thought. Like, there is a chink in the armor here for Jakob Kroll. So all Lukas Jasimski has to do is, I mean, you can't go wrong with Lukas Jasimski's lead either. It was a phenomenal lead. So all he has to do is just to put on a little more aggression, be a bit better on the angle mimicking, the line mimicking. As you can see there, we can see the GT3 Cup coming back as well for a half time. But yeah, all he has to do now is just be a little bit more consistent in the chase. So let's see what we can get out of these two. Obviously, Lukas Jasimski here, if he keeps moving on, this could be his championship, obviously. Yeah. So either way, they've got a chance at the championship here. So it's all down to this run as we await for the lights to go green. And Lukas Jasimski flips down the visor. Here we go. This is for the championship, to be fair. So let's see who can take the top spot out of the two of them. This is one of the biggest battles of the day. Here we go, Jakob Kroll in the lead, Lukas Jasimski in the chase. Nice and close on the initiation. Does have to pull back a little bit there. Let's go through out zone 2, transitions across now in towards out 3. Look at the dive from Lukas Jasimski right there on the side of Jakob Kroll. As he come through the margin section, he's right there on the pocket. He's like, I'm not letting you go, you're right here. Look at Lukas Jasimski right on the side of Jakob Kroll as he come through in a clip 5 and across the line. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, that was a sim run there from Lukas Jasimski. Look at this. A little bit of late initiation from Jasimski, unfortunately, but Jakob Kroll on that absolute perfect lead line here. As we transition back, this is where Jasimski starts to dial in and get onto the side of that S14.9. Look at the proximity here. It is unbelievable. And the brake work, you can see that front wheel on Jasimski's car locking up and unlocking as we come through into the center section here. We transition back. Look at the dive here from Jasimski. Drops a wheel and still manages to be on the side of that S14.9. An absolute simulator run there from Jasimski, the man who is the president of Virtual Drift Masters. He knows how to drive any track. He has spent hours, thousands of hours on the sim. He knows this track like the back of his hand. You can guarantee he tried this out on the sim for definitely a couple of hundred laps anyway. As both guys get out of the car here, we will get Lukas Jasimski to get out of the car, and Jakob Kroll will have a bit of a shake of the hands there and wave to the crowds. These are two of the biggest names in Polish drifting at the moment. These guys are unbelievable drivers as we wait for the decision from the judges.
This is a big
and we
call.
will get an update for the championship now. I assume for you guys just to see what this does.
This is a crazy, crazy big call. Like, this is, I mean, you can see it in Lukas Jasimski's face. He looks, I've never seen him look so tense. This could really be, I mean, to me, I cannot stress how important this is for their season. This result for this battle could see either one of them go in and be our champion.
So from looking at this here, if Trzymski wins this, he takes first place in the championship, and that means he is guaranteed the championship. Jakub Kroll will have to win this to stop Lukasz Trzymski getting first place. This literally decides the championship here.
Obviously, we don't know. Obviously, we need to get a confirmation from the official standings. It's going to be a one more time, though. And the judges kind of leaving it intense. We're going to have to. Obviously, we need to. This is just based off of our own maths. Obviously, this isn't an official. It wouldn't be official, but obviously, we're going to have to see as it goes through. So we won't say we're going to crown anyone, regardless of who goes through.
From what I can tell is Lukasz Trzymski gets the win. He pulls ahead of Mads Andersen in the... Oh, we are getting a judging call here. Yeah, here we go.
We're having some small suggestions for both drivers coming into the one more time. So for Lukasz Trzymski, you should avoid curb at the end of outer zone 3. Be careful about the angle at from 3 to 4, and make the initiation slightly earlier. For Kuba, we would need to say that you need to be a little bit deeper in outer zone 3, and on the chase positions, Kuba should not cut that much at outer zone 2, but keep that good synchronization, and don't do that correction before inner zone 5. For Lukasz, don't put wheel off, and make that proximity already from the beginning. And we will see who will be able to repair stuff for that one more time.
So it's really unusual hearing judges giving us direct feedback for the drivers on air. That's something you don't hear often. They don't usually turn around and say, this is what you guys need to do for your second run, which is interesting. And that just shows how important this battle is for the championship. I'm literally just speaking to Mads Andersen over social media at the moment. He is absolutely good, but we're going to get a quick interview with Nasser Al-Birli.
Nasser Al-Harbali with us. Hi.
Hey.
So we was talking for the full season about your driving, about your the feeling of the tracks in Poland. Your first time here, but you feel very comfortable. But but what?
Actually, the tracks here in Poland, all of them flow really well, and I felt comfortable off the bat directly on it. I think the judges did a really good call changing some of the tracks with their layout. But unfortunately, driving like 15, 16 events back-to-back in just summer puts a lot of stress on the cars. And due to that, we had a failed braking system on the car. Initiated, there was no brakes. And without the brakes, it's a little bit hard to loop some parts of this track, the foot brake. And, you know, things happen.
So we need to tell something, because you have one car and you're driving the 2 series in Europe, so that's a lot.
Yeah, actually 2.5 series. We're also doing some of the Baltic and some other events, so it's a lot. So maybe next year we'll have 2 cars and split them between the 2 cars to give them a break.
So my question about the next season...
Yeah, definitely. I'll be back to see you Polish fans. Thank you guys, all of you, for having me. I love the Polish fan. You guys were very welcoming, and thank you, DMP.
Thank you so much. It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
So Nasser Al-Birli there, giving some kind words. It is getting crazy, obviously. Me and Kean are deliberating in DMs on what's going on with the championship. It's
I am going to get confirmation on this, hopefully.
I feel tense in my chest thinking about it. It's like, woof, it's getting spicy now. But we have Zsolt Homan in the chase with Peter Jutassi in the lead. So this is where things get interesting. Obviously, Zsolt Homan really having to clean up his driving from the previous battle. Let's see if he can keep it nice and solid. So S Chassis versus BMW as they come around into out of zone 1 and through 2. Zolt Homan's got completely gapped. He is nowhere to be seen. He's really having to fight to get onto the proximity of Peter Giutassi as they come around through the Manji section into out of zone 4. Zolt Homan is just not in the fight. He is not there to say anything in this argument. As they come across the line, it is a very unfortunate start to his battle.
Yeah, both these guys from Hungary here. So we will get them initiating into outer zone 1 here, and Zolt Homan falling behind a little bit as Peter Giutassi does fly out of outer zone 2 and around to outer zone 3 here. Zolt Homan having to try make up a little bit of ground here, does cut angle, does cut track to get out to Peter Giutassi as he does fall out a little bit here of outer zone 3, does manage to get back in there towards the end of the zone as we come through the center section here. Zolt Homan's a little bit straight there in the chase as we come through outer zone 4 and over the bump to down to outer zone 5, and a big handbrake drag there from Peter Giutassi, and that allowed Zolt Homan to gain a little bit of ground back, but still not enough, I don't think, and the judges will be looking at that little handbrake drag there at the end of the track from Peter Giutassi. They will note that down in their scorebooks as we move it back to the line. We'll swap these two guys around. We will make sure that we get a clean run on the track.
It's definitely going to get interesting. God, one of these days we will stop.
I just witnessed some photographers running across the bottom of the track there. It made me interested.
Yeah, I think that was media staff. I think that was media crew coming across the track, getting ready for the next run. But as we have them turned around once again, here we go, Zolt Homan in the lead, Peter Giutassi in the chase as the lights go red, and now they go green. Peter Giutassi chasing in that S13, piloted by Zolt Homan as they're coming around now into the initiation. Lights are out zone 1. Peter Giutassi is falling a bit behind there as they come through out 2 and transition across to out zone 3. Not looking too bad though. Out zone 3 a little bit shaky there from Zolt Homan as Peter Giutassi starts to get the proximity coming around through the Manji section. Transition across the 4. Oh, getting right in the pocket there as they come around the last corner into it in clip 5 and across the line. Not a bad battle there, just a little bit shaky between the two.
Yeah, let's break this down. Zolt Homan doing a very good job in the lead here as he does come around through outer zone 1 and 2 very cleanly. Peter Giutassi in tow as we transition back to outer zone 3 here. We get into outer zone 3 and you see Peter Giutassi trying to cut a bit of angle there, trying to get up onto the door of Zolt Homan, but Zolt is in a very, very fast JZ S13 as Peter Giutassi does catch up then on the transition, and Zolt Homan having a little bit of a late transition there before the teardrop, and as we get into outer zone 4, Giutassi is right there on the door of the S13 in that F22 BMW. Very, very nice driving from both drivers, but that chase run from Giutassi was very, very technical. So we will get them down to the decision area with our marshal. We will be then the judges' scores now in just a second when it drops in, as we wait for the guys to get out of the cars, give the crowd a wave, have a little bit of a handshake. Well done, congratulations. And we will get our scores in here, and it will be Peter Giutassi getting the win and going through to the top 8. And that means, unfortunately, Zolt Homan will be dropping out of competition in top 16, but we hope to see him back next season.
Definitely, Zolt Homan doing a great job in DMP this year. Obviously, now, unfortunately, there can only be one winner in a battle. God, I'm really messing up my words today. I'm an English speaker. I'm a native English speaker, and I can't speak English properly. What is going on? As we have Lukas Szymski back at the line in the lead with Jakob Kroll in the chase. The championship battle is back again, and I do believe this is potentially the last battle of the top 16 if we're running the potentially. So what a way to finish the top 16, and it's the most important battle of the entire bracket, which, oh god, is I'm a bit nervous, I won't lie, but Jakob Kroll's back on with the headlights. So we'll have to see. Lukas Szymski doesn't really have headlights, he has blanks, so we'll have to see what they can do. Here we go, Lukas Szymski. Here you go for the championship. Lukas Szymski in the lead, Jakob Kroll in the chase, S14 versus S15. Jakob Kroll right there on the initiation, right behind, all throughout the zone 1, through out of zone 2. This is looking good so far as they come round. Oh, look at this from Lucas Zasinski through out of zone 3, looking nice. Jakob Kroll potentially getting lost in the smoke there. That's the shell up the angle as they come through the Manji section, through out of zone 4. But look at this from Jakob Kroll. They're right back onto the door as they come through into clip 5 and across the line.
Yeah, very good run there from both guys. So let's have a look at the replay here as we initiate into outer zone 1. Lucas Zasinski on a very nice line there. Jakob Kroll right there as we come through outer zone 2. As we transition back here now, very nice transition from both drivers. Right on the back bumper of the S14 is Jakob Kroll, piloting that S14.9. Does drop back a little bit here as he does run a little bit wide, but when we transition back, Kroll does make another dive here and gets back onto the door of the S14 of Lucas Zasinski. You see here, this dive right here coming across the bump gets him right up there. Again, Lucas Zasinski doing a robotic lead here as we pull across the line and finish out the run. Brandon, this is incredible.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting, and quite frankly, I have been staying quiet for that entire period during that replay because I have a feeling I'm about to destroy my voice. So now this is where it gets interesting because obviously we've just had a development in the chat, but obviously we won't mention about that until this battle is over and done with. But Lucas Zasinski has it all on the cards now as Jakob Kroll is in the lead. So here we go, the final run of the top 16, the most important battle of the championship. Here we go, Jakob Kroll in the lead in that S14.9 with Lucas Zasinski in that S14. What can Lucas Zasinski do as he comes in, initiates into outlet 1? Oh, but look at the angle from Lucas Zasinski there as he comes across now going into out zone 3. Lucas Zasinski not as close as Jakob Kroll as they come through the Manji section, transitioning across now, transitioning into our zone 4. Let's see what they can do as he's not as close as they come through. Jakob Kroll now at the advantage here. Let's see what happens as we go in for the judges.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a look at the replay here. So Tashemski, that robotic chase driver as we come through. Jakob Kroll missing outer zone 2. As we come through here, we get another transition and another dive here from Lucas Tashemski, doing an incredible job here from the rear of that S14. As we transition back here through the center section, we get Jakob Kroll on a fairly good line here, coming across the track. I am just reading something.
There we go. They're at the results area. This is important. This is a big one. Obviously, we have had confirmation of what could be, and if Lucas Zasinski wins this, Cooper Puszonski still has a chance to take the championship. But there's so much up in the air right now, it's hard to say. But we'll only know after this run is done, and the mathematicians behind the scenes will be able to give us a proper confirmation. Obviously, because right now this is where it all comes to. So we've got to see where this goes so we can find out where the championship's are going to be. It is, oh God, it is definitely something. Even them, they're saying in the background that it's not 100%, so there's still a lot in the air. Obviously, Lucas Zasinski did make a couple of mistakes in his chase there. That was not the best form we've seen him on the chase, so this could be Jakob Kroll's chance right here. But it all depends on what Jakob Puszonski does as well, because he is lurking in the background, potentially ready to stir things up. Obviously, whew, what a battle, honestly. Is both of these drivers pushing themselves to the limits. Lucas Zasinski putting on an incredible performance all season, as well as Jakob Kroll. Both have won a round each this season, so they are not here to mess around. And as you can see in this battle, it proves in their driving, as we get a nice applause from the crowd. I feel nervous for them. I feel the tension from here.
So, Brandon, I do have an update.
Oh,
If Lukasz Trzemski wins this, Kuba Progonski can still theoretically catch him.
I have
Now,
just mentioned that.
You have. I have not heard.
Yeah,
anything.
I've read
died.
yeah, no, I've kind of gone through all of that. Guys,
Do the maths here.
it's there's so much in the air still, so much. Until this battle is done, we won't really know for sure who can take the championship 100%. There's still that much opportunity in the air. But look at this, Lukasz Trzemski looks so nervous, and Jakub Kroll looking chilled and as focused as ever. But I can tell both of their hearts are racing right now. The judges are definitely taking their time on this. Obviously, this is a big battle for them they want to make sure they get this right.
I'm pretty sure Trzemski.
And we do have judges here. What is the verdict? Do we know? Come on, David, lay it down on us.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the result coming in. I just need to say to both drivers that really, really amazing driving. Thank you very much for that. The difference was just half a point. It was that much close. And it comes to pure aggression of one of the drivers. And now we are coming to the result.
Oh, God, David, you tease. Half a point. What? Honestly, you could cut the air. It is that thick with tension right now. It is. And we're sat from home doing this right now, and I can feel the air.
I think Lukasz Trzemski might think that if he wins this battle, he has the championship. I think
It's hard to
he
say.
doesn't think that Kuba Progonski can catch him.
This is the thing. Look,
That's
Kuba's
why
kind of
he's
sat
so
there licking
nervous.
his lips. Kuba's sat there licking his lips. Well, Kuba Progonski sat there, kind of rubbing his hands together. Oh, so who is moving on? Jakub Kroll taking the win, going on to the top 8. And you can see there, Lukasz Trzemski, his hands went into his head. But look at that. And that, how important that battle was. I am so gutted for Lukasz.
I am so disheartened for Lukasz
My
Trzemski
heart
right now. You
hurts.
can see how much it means to him. And Jakub Kroll obviously means the world to him as well. Which means it is between
This is the
Kuba
thing,
Kroll.
though. There can only be one winner. And unfortunately, Jakub Kroll just had more in the battle. Honestly, my heart hurts so much for him. But you know what? We can't take this away from Jakub Kroll. An incredible drive from both of them. Jakub Kroll putting on a stellar performance there to take the win, and it is very, very much deserved. And that is the top 16. So we are going to be having our halftime show. And, that just goes to show, though, half a point. That's how close that battle was. So Lukasz Trzemski, as much as he's got to take some pride on showing how close that battle was, he put on probably one of the best battles of the entire season right there. So congratulations to Jakub Kroll there for taking and moving on, and massive congratulations to Lukasz Trzemski for putting on a phenomenal 2025 season. It has been incredible to watch him, and it has been an honour to commentate his runs. So we cannot take it away from either driver. But oh, look at this! What is going on here? We got is that a new McLaren? They look so different.
I believe that is Ben Collins, the Stig in that McLaren.
Yes, it is.
He said he was enjoying that car yesterday. He did like it.
So just an update. Obviously, we're not going to really talk about who's got the championship yet, because Cooper Kroll, obviously, very high chance, but there is still potential for someone else to. It's all in the air. Until we know a fully or 100% locked in confirmation, I'm not going to say anything because there's too much uncertainty.
From my quick calculations, I believe Kuba Progonski would have to win the event now, today.
Jakob Kroll would have to go out in the top 8.
To go out in top 8. So that, from my quick calculations now, we are getting this checked. But from my calculations, Progonski can still catch Kroll in the championship, but we will make sure this before we do announce it.
So Ben Collins, last time we can talk a little bit. It's such a pleasure, as the guys said, for me to have you here, and I have a feeling that for the people who can drive with you on the car seat also.
I hope so. Big congratulations to the Polish drifting champion. The guys that just watched here were absolutely amazing. The McLaren is, well, it doesn't quite want to do the same thing, but it's very fast. So thanks for having me. It's been the best to visit Tor Poznań and see what you guys do. Fantastic championship, great day.
And you prefer to drive fast than spectacular? Because if you can drive fast, you can drive spectacular also, yeah?
I actually couldn't turn off the traction control in this car. I pressed every flipping button, but it wouldn't let me do it. But I like sliding too, and I would love to try some drifting. So maybe one day I'll come back and try.
It was a pleasure to have you here. Hope to see you once again. Thank you.
I'll be back. But have a great day, guys. Great to see you all, and have a great evening.
What a legend. I really hope we get to see Ben Collins. I would love to see Ben Collins get into drifting. Imagine that, the Stig becoming a drifter, full-time drifter. That would be something else.
That, to be honest, I think that would be quite nice. To be honest, I think it'd be a nice change of pace for Ben Collins. Get away from the grip stuff. Get into sliding some tires and burning some tires.
I mean, you've got obviously Jakub Szonski. He's a master. He's a multiple discipline kind of guy.
And a master of all of the trades at the same time. So.
Yep, and also you have what's his name? Roman. I can't remember his last name, and I feel so bad. You know who I'm on about. He did DMF, but he was also a Dakar driver. So a lot of people coming from different disciplines and enjoying drifting. But look at this young man putting on an incredible run so far. This is actually a really good run.
This will score quite highly in qualifying. That is, why isn't he out on track? Can we organise that? Can we get him on track next season?
Honestly, should have put him into
pro. That was some of the nicest lines I've seen all weekend. He did that would have been a very high scoring 90-point run there in qualifying. As we do move back to the line here, we have the Porsche 911 GT3 Cup on the line.
Look at the center locks on that. You know you're baller when you have center locks. I would love to drive a car like this. I would just love to drive a normal road product GT3, let alone the race car.
I don't think I've enough talent to drive one of these, to be honest. I would be terrified.
Yeah, there's a lot of money there. I mean,
yeah, I think I'm happy in my booth here with my mic and just talking about people. I'd rather not wreck the car.
Let's just enjoy the soundtrack that is this car. This car has one of the best sounding engines I've ever heard. Getting a bit loose there. God, the downshifts on these Porsches. Obviously, they have gearbox protection on these cars as well, so downshifting too quickly can damage the gearbox. So it does actually have an electronic function that stops the gearbox from getting damaged. So will not downshift until you hit a certain RPM, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, Keen, you'll know a bit more about that since you do...
Yeah, it's to do with the wheel speed and stuff like that in the transmission. There's a lot of sensors in these gearboxes, and they have kind of like, if anyone's familiar with automatic gearbox, they have kind of like a Tiptronic system in them that will match the appropriate kind of speed to each gear, and you can't downshift until you hit that certain speed. So it is quite a very technical system, but to put it in layman's terms, it won't downshift unless you're on the right speed. So it's to save these gearboxes. These gearboxes are worth a small fortune, maybe a small house. Yeah, definitely out of my price range anyway. Maybe soon. Maybe I'll win the lotto. And you can enter the lotto with Lotto PL, which is one of our sponsors here at DMP. It's a very nice segue there. As we get the Porsche GT3 Cup peanut blue donuts here, listen to the sound of that engine. The limiter on that car is unbelievable.
I am so jealous that I can't drive one of these in real life. I'm stuck to a Assetto Corsa with this thing. My dream car is a GT3 RS. I would love one, but I know for a fact I would never have the money to own one. I wouldn't have the money to. So, like I was saying, dream car. But welcome to the top 8. Here at the final of DMP 2025. Here is our bracket. We got David Spasov versus Oleksiy Halevnia. We have Jakub Zionsky versus Kevin Robel. Crazy battle. We got Marcin Neyman versus Lucas in that E90 Supra, the What Else A90. And we have Jakub Kroll versus Peter Utasi. The right-hand side of the bracket is insane. And that being said, every single battle from here on out is going to be absolutely bonkers. It's going to be mental. People are doing maths and calculations for the championship in the chat as well. This just goes to show how tense it is at this point. Everyone's doing it.
So we do have people in an office in Poznan right now working on this. We will be able to bring you information on that very, very soon. We are trying to make sure that the calculations are right. I've done quick calculations, but I do not trust myself. I am not the best at maths, but at the moment, we still have Kuba Pogonski able to catch Kuba Kroll as well. So we are not out of the woods yet with our championship fight. As we'll be going back to the line, Brandon. I'm really excited for this top 8 and even for the top 4 and the top 2 in the final. It's going to be unbelievable. Like none of these runs are going to be easy for anybody, including the judges.
It is going to be... Oh, it's going to be something, that's for sure. I'm a bit speechless, to be honest. I'm kind of nervous as well because I might actually have to go to hospital after the way my throat's going to go afterwards. I might have to have vocal cord reconstruction.
I think vocal rest for the next week is probably on the cards. I might just cancel everything. But
I get to go to Riga and in Latvia and watch Kuba Poznań drive in real life, so that'll be fun.
I'm gonna post a sign to you to hang around your neck saying I am on vocal rest.
No, it's gonna be interesting. Oh god, it is gonna be fun. Big shout out, by the way, to one of my best friends, Sahira, watching and supporting. It's good to know that my friends are watching. Obviously, you've got people supporting you as well, Kian, on the side.
So we are hearing from the background team here that nobody actually knows yet. There are way too many scenarios to calculate. We will see at the end, is what we have just been told. So this championship is still wide open. Now, I am also hearing that the Polish commentators did announce Kuba Kroll as the champion, and that's why you saw Lukasz Jastrzębski so defeated there and Kuba Kroll celebrating a lot. So we are not out of the woods yet of the championship fight. There's there's a lot of scenarios here because Mads Andersen is still in this fight, according to calculations that some people are doing. So I'm not too sure. I'm just a commentator. Brandon, we'll let the smart people do the calculations because I'm obviously not calculating this right at all.
Hey, you're better than me, and that's that. So how do you think I feel?
Karolina
I feel
Pilarczyk z nami, cześć.
Cześć, dzień dobry.
Słuchaj, no ten poziom kosmiczny w tym roku, co? Na tych driftingowych mistrzostwach Polski.
Fenomenalny. Zawodnicy są niesamowici i najważniejsze jest to, że mamy Mistrzostwa Polski, a mamy zawodników z kilkunastu krajów. Więc widać, jak bardzo ten poziom rośnie i jak bardzo nasze zawody są świetnie zorganizowane i przyciągają zawodników z całej Europy.
Oczywiście widać czasem frustrację na twarzach zawodników, którzy nie przechodzą dalej, no ale ty zachwycona byłaś po swoim przejeździe, mimo tego, że odpadłaś.
Ja byłam zachwycona, bo jechałam z topowym zawodnikiem i gdybym nie zrobiła głupiego błędu, to miałam go szansę mocno przytrzymać, więc podpaliłam się jak dzieciak, ale generalnie jeździło mi się cudownie, zawodnicy są fantastyczni, jazda z nimi jest fenomenalna i ogromna przyjemność, absolutnie.
No dobrze, Karolina, plany na przyszły sezon? Jeździmy dalej chyba w driftingowych mistrzostwach Polski, co? Nie możecie to przecież zabraknąć.
Dokładnie tak, samochód sprawuje się fantastycznie, mam nową mieszankę opon, która się sprawowała też fantastycznie przez wczorajsze kwalifikacje, które zaliczyłam bardzo wysoko. Dzisiaj niestety ich już nie miałam, bo zużyłam wszystkie. Natomiast tak, absolutnie zamierzam wystartować w przyszłym roku w driftingowych mistrzostwach Polski i namieszać dużo wyżej w generalce.
Karolina Pilarczyk, zróbcie dla niej wielki hałas. No nie wyobrażamy sobie, żeby jej tu nie było.
Oh, I could not get my eyes off of that dog. Her dog is so cute.
Kind of bite off Camille's fingers there.
I know.
As we do throw it back to the line here, we do have David Spasov versus Alex Halovnia. Halovnia, this is his best finish of the season in the top 8. This is the highest he has finished so far in DMP this season. And like he said, eyes forward as he gave that signal there as we do get red lights illuminated. David Spasov to lead out. Alex Halovnia as we get the green lights. David Spasov leads the start line chicane. Alex Halovnia right there about to initiate into outer zone 1. Alex Halovnia throwing it on the door on David Spasov's S15 as we transition now through to outer zone 3. Really good stuff here from Halovnia in the chase right there. 2 corrections.
Whoa.
As he has to make a large correction there before transition as we transition back now to outer zone 4 and around down to inner clip 5 and across the line. Alex Halovnia doing a lot of work there to keep up with the Spasov S15. Brandon, break it down.
Oh, so this is definitely going to be interesting because as you can see here, going from outer zone 2 to outer zone 3, Alex Halovnia gets a nice dive. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with Spasov's line whatsoever. He's doing everything correct. But it looks like Halovnia's car does grip up here and he has to fight it to do what he needs it to do. And you can see there, it does pull inside. So it is quite a big mistake there in the chase. And that does form a gap and he just ends up in the wrong place. So he has to put a bit of work into catching up. And it's very unfortunate there for Halovnia, obviously, because he was on such a good start to the run. And then just that mistake coming from out of zone 3 in towards the mountain section really messed up his pacing. So he's got to work hard in the lead, put on the best lead he can and hope that the machined David Spasov makes a mistake in the chase as well. But honestly, it's at this point, it could go either way. Obviously, we can't decide a battle until it's finished. So as we have them back at the line, we have Halovnia in the lead and Spasov in the chase. So let's see what these two insane drivers can do. Trinity X versus Spasov Motorsport. Obviously, P1 qualifier in the chase, number 56. So here we go. Lights go red as they count down, and then they go green. There we go. Here we go. Coming out of the start line chicane, Alexei Halovnia in the lead. David Spasov in the chase. But look at David Spasov in the chase. Diving in, so aggressive. Let's lose a bit of ground there. As Halovnia, that's a lovely lead line so far. Dropping tyres there in out zone 3. That's a company in the mountain section. Will David Spasov get the dive? Yes, he will. Right on the side of Halovnia's RS as he come round the last corner in the clip 5 and across the line. Damn.
That was a run for sure. Look at the initiation here from David Spasov right on the rear quarter panel of the CN6 of Halovnia. As we transition back here now, we get David Spasov leaving a little bit of a gap, just making sure Halovnia is staying on track, and then that's when Spasov picks his moment to start reeling Halovnia back in coming through outer zone 3 here, and as Halovnia does drop wheels on the outside of 3, we transition back here, and look at the dive here now from Spasov, transition at the same point, and then bang, straight there onto the door of the FRS as they power through down into inner clip 5 and across the line. Very tidy driving here from David Spasov in the chase. And not a bad lead run at all from Alex Halovnia as well. This is absolutely incredible, both these guys. We will see what the judges make of this as they get out of the cars. Give them a wave if you're in attendance. Give them a big round of applause, and we do have a decision here, and it is David Spasov getting the win, heading through to the top 4.
Oh, now that is excitement. Obviously, Halovnia, he is a happy man. The passion from these drivers is next to none. Obviously, Halovnia having a really rough start to the season, so it's good to see him coming in a better form today and getting a better result. So he's going to be happy regardless of what happens here. Obviously, it would have been nice for him to take the win, but when you're against someone like David Spasov, it is not an easy battle. But congratulations there. We will be seeing Spasov in the top 4. But now, this is where it gets interesting, because this is someone that's potential in contention for the championship, which is the man himself, Jakub Brzonski, in that GR86, in the lead lane. And he's on his own. What is happening here?
We do not have
Could this be a
on the
Byron?
line.
Could this be a Byron? We're just waiting to see what is going on. This could be interesting now, because obviously if this becomes a Byron, this could mean a really, really interesting predicament moving on. Did Kevin Robles' car break in the burnout box? I can see on the top left there, the screen, the overlay is changing, and it is a Byron for I can't do English. It's a Byron for Jakub Brzonski. Kevin Robles' car having a steering issue, so a mechanical in the burnout box. So Kian, this is big. This is really big
for the championship. This is very big.
What a final this is turning out to be. Wow. So is Jakub going to be smart? Is he going to just initiate and then shut down, or is he going to do a full lap? We'll have to see.
He's doing a full lap.
He's doing a full lap. He wants to. Right, the kind of driver that Jakub Brzonski is, he's calculated. He likes to know everything he needs to know. He's a man of data. He is a man of information, and obviously this comes from his previous motorsport experience as well. So knowing the track conditions is very important and vital to his top 4. So
yeah,
of course he's going to reach out.
Someone in the chat here saying no drama, no DMP, and yeah,
honestly, yeah,
we like drama at DMP here.
We don't like drama. We don't like bad
makes
drama.
It entertaining.
We like the drama that is interesting.
Call out for any mathematicians who would like to figure out what's going on with the championship now that Jakub Brzonski is into the top 4.
We need to get some chat predictions. Also, one thing I wanted, let's get a bit of live chat interaction here. Everyone who's watching the stream, comment where you're from with your flags, and let's see where you are watching from. We appreciate every single one of you for coming in and tuning in. But this one is interesting. We've got Lucas in that A90, the What Else A90 against Martin Neyman. This one's going to be very interesting because that A90 is incredibly fast and we have not seen it chase yet. So I am very intrigued to see what he does with this as we have the lights go green. Let's see what happens in that Budmont Waterhouse A90 Super. Martin Neyman getting very close on the initiation. Nice initiation there from Lucas as they come around in through out zone 2, down zone 3. But look, race difference between the two of them. Martin Neyman has to cut the line, keep up this A90 Super as they come around through the mountain section, transitioning into zone 4. Look at this from Lucas, an incredible lead as they come across the line, and Martin Neyman is just nowhere to be seen. That is just unreal on the pacing.
Lucas doing an incredible job here. Marcin Neyman, look at the gap here. The difference in the pace of these two cars is nuts, as Marcin does make a dive up onto the door of the A90 Supra. Lucas having a wonder weekend this weekend in this A90 Supra, given to him by the keys given to him by Peter Visek, the Polish golden boy, unlike Wygonski as well. But look at the run he is after pulling off from spotter to pro driver in his first ever round of drifting, competitive drifting. Look at the performance he's putting on this weekend. The qualifying was exceptional. All of his driving today has been exceptional. Let's see what he can do in the chase position here against Marcin Neyman.
Once again, he has been saying that he is scared of how fast that A90 is, especially in the chase. So will he be able to tame the beast, or will it, oh god, it's honestly, this car is almost like, it's almost got like Peter Visek's talent just oozes out of the car and into whoever drives it. And Lucas is just absolutely insane. So let's see what he can do in the chase as Marcin Neyman leaves the start line chicane. Obviously, he knows he's got the pace. Oh, but there is a gap forming here as they come around through our zone 2. The lead isn't as good as they come around through our zone 3. He is kind of struggling with the pace as he now slowly creeps up onto Marcin Neyman's door. All he has to do is get closer as they come through our zone 4, around the last corner into our zone 5, or into clip 5, and across the line. Oh wow, this is going to be interesting for the judges. But I have a feeling what Lucas did here, he knew how much of a gap he had throughout the entire run. So all he had to do was just creep up and kind of be with him for some of it. It's hard to say. Yeah. The lead was not good from Marcin.
The lead was not there from Marcin at all. You can see that he does manage to get back into outer zone 3, but then drops the wheels to the far side of it as we transition back here. And we are just hearing some information in our ears now about the next battle, so we will get to that now in a second. But Lucas doing a very nice job here, very smart driving here from Lucas for his first time in a competitive round of drifting. But that's the way he operates. He's a spotter. He's usually telling Peter Visek, look, you need to hold back here, you need to do this, you need to do that. He knows that in himself. He also has Peter in his ear saying, do not break my car. So that could also be another element of it. So
knowing Peter, he is telling him, drive it dead. But moving on into the top 4 is Lucas! Moving on in his first competition, going into the top 4. And that just goes to show how calculated his chase was. Incredible driving there. He saw the mistakes that Marcin Neyman was making in the lead, and he made it obvious to the judges, clearly. Incredible stuff there.
Our next battle was to be Jakub Kroll versus Peter Utasi. But we are hearing that it will be a bye run for Jakub Kroll as Peter Utasi has suffered a failure. So Jakub Kroll is through to the top 4 if he completes this bye run. So Jakub Kroll slots it into gear, gets the lights to illuminate, and I think, I'm not even going to announce that, but Jakub Kroll will go down into outer zone 1, initiate through outer zone 2. He will complete the rest of this run around outer zone 3, lighting off the tires on the back of that S14.9 when he comes in through the centre's Monji section here, comes through outer zone 4, down across the bump to inner clip 5, and across the line goes Kuba Kroll. He will face off against Lucas in the top 4, Brandon.
That is going to be a crazy battle. This has, oh god, I don't even want to think about this, because it is a very high potential that Jakub Kroll could be our champion, but we won't know until we get the official mathematicians to come in and give us a confirmation of anything, because right now obviously Jakub Puszczanski, I mean, he's moving on into the top 4, so is Jakub Puszczanski
Detmer, no spotykamy się po raz kolejny, nie przez przypadek zwycięzca Driftingowych Mistrzostw Polski, Anno Domini 2025 w klasie semi-pro. Odjęło ci mowę, jak mieliśmy rozmawiać na mecie. Ochłonąłeś trochę?
Tak, ochłonąłem zdecydowanie. No nie ukrywam, emocje u mnie są. Ten drift to generalnie u mnie jest bardzo piękna historia. Zawsze blokował gdzieś ten budżet, ale No, udowodniłem sam sobie w tym roku, że nie trzeba mieć auta za 500 000, żeby wygrywać. 3 rundy z 4 wygraliśmy i naprawdę ciężko w to uwierzyć i piękną historię, myślę, w tym sezonie napisałem z moim teamem.
No ale spodziewałeś się chociaż trochę, chociaż po pierwszej rundzie pojawił się jakiś taki, no wiesz, gdzieś z tyłu głowy, że może to się da zaatakować jednak. No ja wiem, że paka w tej klasie semi-pro, no też jest no genialna, no mówmy się, no tam są zawodnicy, którzy startują w driftingowych mistrzostwach Polski od lat, no.
No tak, i zawsze mówiłem generalnie o Wojtku Goździewiczu. Jak byłem mały, to zawsze na motoparku widziałem, jak on jeździ i to też mi zawsze gdzieś tam taka łezka wokół się zakręciła, że fajnie jest naprawdę z takimi zawodnikami móc rywalizować. Super, piękna przygoda. Mam nadzieję, że dalej się to rozwinie, ale tutaj zobaczymy, jak to się potoczy.
No ale dotarło już do ciebie, czy jeszcze chwila? Czy czekamy na podium?
Dotarło, ale jeszcze to poczekamy na ten pucharek i co mogę tu więcej powiedzieć?
No dobrze, to nic nie mów. Powiedz nam tylko delikatnie nam zdradź, czy spotkamy się w przyszłym roku w tej samej klasie, czy w klasie wyżej?
Chciałbym oczywiście wystartować w klasie pro, jednak no, tutaj sami widzimy, na jakim poziomie są te auta. Myślę, że jeszcze worek pieniędzy w moje auto i mogę myśleć. Także zobaczymy.
No dobrze, to trzymamy kciuki, zapraszamy w takim razie na top 4. No i co, widzimy się na dekoracji. Dzięki wielkie.
Do zobaczenia.
This is where it is. Welcome to the top 4 here at the finals of Team B 2025. It is crazy. Dawid Spotov versus Jakub Pociąski. We have Lucas versus Jakub Kroll. What a top 4 bracket this is. We are not, obviously we're still deliberating on what the championship results are, but my God, it is intense. And what a set of battles we have coming up for us. We just saw there our now crowned 2025 semi-pro Polish champion Patrick Detmer having some words there with Kamil. As we have Dawid Spotov at the line with Jakub Pociąski. This is a big battle, 2 of the biggest names in Polish drifting. Alongside, obviously, we've got Lukas Dazimski, and we do have Peter Wielsek as well. So all of them are here in the same place at the same time, which is pretty crazy to think, but this is where it gets interesting, because I don't know what the results are going to be yet until our mathematicians come through, but let's just enjoy the battles as they come along. So who's going to be moving on into the final round? Here we go, Dawid Spotov in the lead. The GR86 of Jakub Pociąski in the chase. Nice initiation between the two of them as they come through now into out 2. Looking very tidy between 2 of them. Look at the transition there from Jakub Pociąski right on the side of Dawid Spotov as they come through now the midsection. Look at this from both of these drivers. Look at the dive from Jakub Pociąski right on the side of that SUV, pushing them around through into clip 5 and across the line.
Yeah, very good battle here on our hands. Dawid Spotov on smoke today, but so is Cooper Poznań as we come through out of zone 2 here. Look at the proximity here between the two guys, as that transition didn't even make sense. Not an A4 sheet of paper you get between those guys, as Poznań pushes up onto the door of the Spotov S15. Doing an incredible job in the chase here is Kuba as we transition back here through the center section of the track, and again back to outer zone 4. Kuba leaving a little bit of a gap there as we go towards the bump and then down into inner clip 5, but still right there. Maybe a little bit less angle than he would have liked to be on the door of the S15, but we will switch them around regardless and see what happens in the second half of this battle.
I mean, oh God, now I'm starting to feel it in the throat. But we're going to keep ploughing on, just like these drivers. We've got to, what's the word? Stand strong. God, this has been an insane event. And the fact that we're not even done yet, we're not even into the final yet, is just, woo, something else. And thank you for everyone who has been watching, commenting and interacting with us. But now we have Dawid Spotov in the chase Jakub Brzozowski in the lead. GR86 versus S15. Let's see what they can do. This is the final run between these two. So who will be moving on into the final? Let's find out as Jakub Brzozowski. Look at David's boss up though. Right off that GR86 as the company out zone 2. Transition across. But look at the dive there. Just punching the back of Jakub Brzozowski as they come through now. Transitioning across through the midsection into out zone 4. Look at this with David's boss on right there on the side of Jakub Brzozowski as they come across the line.
This is how technical David Spasov is. It is unbelievable. Look at how he transitions here. He takes the rear bumper off Kuba Poznański's car, but doesn't affect Kuba's line. Look at this. Done. Unbelievable. Unbelievable driving here from David Spasov. Literally minimal damage there to the front of his car. A lot of damage to the back of Kuba Poznański's car. Same here again. Bang, hits the bumper, and we transition back here again. Another incredible transition from Spasov. As you see, Kuba Poznański running a bit wide there after outer zone 4, but does manage to get it back into outer zone inner clip 5. That is unbelievable driving from both drivers here, as we will get them down to the decision zone here as we get them both out of the car.
Honestly, this was just an unreal battle. Obviously, you can see there the front bumper of David Spasov's F15 just hanging there. Jakub Brzozowski's rear bumper just dangling. And these two titanic legends of the Polish drifting community going head to head. This was definitely a crowd-pleasing battle, that is for sure. As who will be moving on into the final? David Spasov moving on to the final. And look at his face. Oh, we love to see it. Obviously, Jakub Brzozowski's still got a chance at a podium at the battle for third, as we do have Camille coming in for an interview. But David is elated, and I do believe we are going to be getting some words with him now. So, Camille, let's see what he says.
No i co? Trzeba było udowodnić wszystkim czy sobie?
Trzeba było udowodnić przede wszystkim sobie, wiara w siebie przede wszystkim w drifcie jest istotna, no ja nie wierzyłem w siebie, ale wczoraj te pierwsze kwalifikacje, pierwsze przejazdy, nawet treningowe zaczęły mi wychodzić, no i tu staram się pokazać wam wszystko, swoje umiejętności. Ej, trzymajcie za mnie kciuki.
No już w poprzednich sezonach, jak jeździłeś tutaj pełną serię Driftingowych Mistrzostw Polski, to wiedzieliśmy, że zarówno auto, z którym świetnie się czujesz, ta jazda, czasem coś nie działało tak, jakbyś chciał, no ale widać było, że ta forma jest. W tym sezonie tylko jedna seria, odpuściłeś sobie Driftingowe Mistrzostwa Polski, no ale chyba też po to właśnie, żeby wrócić tu w takim stylu.
Tak, no tamten sezon, 2 auta, jedno w jednej lidze, drugie w drugiej. Troszkę tego nie powiem za dużo, bo wymęczenie fizyczne, jak i trochę psychiczne, ale tutaj mówię, zostały mi jeszcze opony z całego sezonu Drift Masters, więc mówię, przyjadę, spalę i pokażę, na co mnie stać.
No dobrze, jeszcze job's not done, także trzymamy kciuki. No cóż, gratulacje za finał, a co w nim się wydarzy, no to już w twoich rękach. Dzięki wielkie.
Dziękuję ślicznie, również. Pozdrawiam.
So there you have it. A couple of words there from David Spasov, our winner for the top 4, moving on into the final. Obviously, Jakub Brzozowski will be going into the battle for third. As you can see there, our podium is inflated, ready to be put up for our podium, as we will be moving on to the second half of our top 4 bracket, which will be Lucas versus... oh God, that brain is complete... That brain... See, look, this is what happens. These battles are that good. I cannot think, I cannot function after. As you can see there, Jakub Brzozowski getting prepared for his top 3 battle. Obviously, his team straight away, as soon as that car's in, they're ready with the new tyres. Car's already jacked up and they're ready to go. And it's just going to be...
The last battle will be Lukasz Kaliszewski versus Jakub Kroll.
Thank you.
In the second half of that. So we can see there the guys just making sure a new set of tyres put on to the car of Kuba Poznański, as I am just watching my phone because I can see a text being sent there as I'm waiting on confirmation on something, but we can see Kuba Poznański getting ready there to head out for his third place match off with whoever doesn't get through to the final in our next battle. So Jakub Kroll, Lukasz Kaliszewski We will
This
see
is going to be a
who
crazy
gets
battle.
the win here. It's going to be a nuts battle. Whoever gets through to the final on that has to face off against David Spasov. No matter who
He is
wins,
on a
between Lucas
mission.
and Jakub, it is going to be an unbelievable battle. That is going to be nuts. I don't
Yep,
think
I mean-
that'll just keep going one more time. It'll just keep going one more time forever and ever. We'll never be
Yep.
able to leave.
I mean, either that or it'll be something really intense. I mean, David Spasov has been a man on a mission this weekend. Obviously, being our top qualifier, and every battle he has done, he has been driving flawlessly. So it is going to be something else. I mean, Jakub Jasionski, once again, being a very calculated driver, doing incredible over this round. I can actually see Wojciech Godovic's E36 down there in the bottom left. The GTR kitted E36 in semi-pro. Really cool car. But yeah, here we go. Lucas with the lights on, with Jakub Kroll in the chase. Now this, obviously, Jakub Kroll, there's a lot of things in the air right now about Jakub for his championship. So now, oh,
Yeah.
well,
Then
no,
you've seen
no, no,
that
no,
text
no,
too.
no, 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 let's not until after this battle. Right, okay, cool. So now we got Jakub Kroll against Lucas in the lead. What else 15 versus the FMIC EU S15. Look at this, nice initiation between the two of them, nice and close as they come through out of zone 2. Jakub Kroll's right there. Can he get the dive onto the side of that A90 Supra as he has a little bit left for braking? He is in the pocket, just not as close as he could hopefully. As they come around now, you can see the drone there as they go through out zone 4, coming around the last corner. But look at that from Jakub Kroll right on the side of Lucas as they come across the line. Woo! This is
Yeah, let's break this down here. So, we see Lucas doing a very nice lead line here. Good initiation, good through outer zone 2, but you see Jakub Kroll following that line like a robot here. Unbelievable stuff from Jakub Kroll following in Lucas. And look at the transition here. One transition, two transitions, but you see the dive here that Kroll makes is unbelievable. You see how much power he puts in while the car is straight, as much as possible to get the power down and up onto the door of the A90 Supra as we come around to inner clip 5. These guys are super duper tight here. As we get them to cross the line, we'll send them back to the start line to get the second half of this battle going.
Oh, my heart. Honestly, my heart cannot do this. It's. Oh, I'm just glad this is a memorable way to finish the championship. This is. Oh, and the news we have got to tell you after this battle. I cannot wait. Ah, it's going to be good. It's obviously Jakub Kroll getting P14 in quali, going against Lucas in that what else S15 S15 I keep thinking S15, but he has got P7 in that A90. Mind you, like I said earlier, he has not had much seat time in this car, and it just goes to show the talent behind this man. All the practices he does with Peter as the lights go green. Here we go. Who is moving on to the final to meet Kevin Spasov as they come through into the initiation now. Lucas getting a bit closer there at the start as he comes around and transitions across into out zone 3. Can he get the proximity? Yes, he can. A little bit of a bobble there in the chase as they come around, transitioning through the mudgy section. Oh, but Jakub Kroll into the dirt. A big mistake there. Absolutely forces Lucas to come on the inside. Woo!
That
Weird.
is unbelievable. Jakub Kroll has just made a very, very rare mistake there. Let's have a look at this. Lucas all the way onto the door. He does let a little bit of a gap form here, but gets straight back onto it as soon as he's settled in the zone there. Jakub Kroll not doing a bad job out front here. Needs to be a little bit deeper into outer zone 3, but here, this is where we saw the problem. Transition 1, but transition 2, a little bit late for Jakub Kroll and goes into the dirt. Lucas doing a very good job there to avoid contact as they go across into the inside of the track and over inner clip 5 and across the line. I believe that is the tale of the championship now as we get them both down to the decision area.
Let me reveal. One thing we want to mention, and we can confirm, no matter what happens here, Jakub Kroll is your 2025 DMP Polish Drift Championship champion, taking the top spot, confirmed. So big congratulations to Jakob Kroll. But once again, no matter what now, he cannot be taken down. So it is all fun here. But who's moving on into the final? It is Lucas moving on into the final. And I'll be honest, that is not the reaction I was expecting from him. He was just like, yeah.
Yeah, so Kuba Kroll is a confirmed champion, and it is also now Progonski is out of podium position for the championship. So we will have a little bit of a break here just so everybody can go and get tires and fuel for our top four and, well, for our two final battles as our third place playoff and our final, as we have Alexander Pelaganski putting on another show for us here today in his go-kart. This
Such a
young
cool
man
little
is
kart.
extremely talented. I have high hopes for the future of motorsport with seeing what this young man can do in a drift car, in a rally car, and in this go-kart. It is nuts to see the talent level that this kid has. He has 7 championships to his name. He's 11 years old, everybody. So please get some hype in the chat for him, and if you're in attendance, show him some love for
He is going
Alexander.
quick.
He is hauling right there. He is not hanging about. He is flying around the place here. He's loving it too. You can tell.
That is such a fast little kart. Mind you, some of these because that is a proper racing go-kart, like they are not slow in any way. And yet, so in the chat, obviously, someone mentioned this as the kid that was in the white E82 BMW drifting. Yes, it is. And obviously, he was driving the GR Yaris rally car as well. So he is doing all sorts, as we do have... he's going up again. He's going to, I think, is it the BMW? Yes, it is. He's getting in the drift car. So he's going to do it again, and he's going to do some skids. He's going to do some rings, and I'm really hoping he does some donuts around the go-kart once again. You know what? We needed this. We needed this between what just happened and the final. Because, and so should I say the battle for third? Because I need a chance to breathe. It's been an incredible weekend, as you can see there. Look at the crowd. I just want to personally thank everyone who has come out to support the championship, whether you've been at the track, on the YouTube stream, and to all of the sponsors and everyone who has come to do demos, just like Alexander, Ben Collins. We have so many different companies and people and charities coming involved to DMP and getting involved, and that is what makes this championship so great. It's a collaborative effort between so many people to make this happen, and it is not just a drifting competition. It is a culture. It is a lifestyle. It is in our blood. We love what we do. It's great that we can put on an amazing show for everyone, and we appreciate everyone who has come through to watch this, especially since this is the first time DMP has ever had English streams as well. This is the first time we've ever had English commentary, and it is an honor for me and Kian to be the first English commentators. But Camille is with Alexander now, and we'll see what kind of words they have. Obviously, I wish I could translate. Yeah, Camille. Let's see what he says.
Młody Pelikan z nami, cześć ponownie.
Witam serdecznie.
No dobrze, ja wiem, że cię o to już pytałem, ale są ludzie, którzy być może wczoraj nie byli, więc opowiedz o podwójnym mistrzostwie, które w tym roku się wydarzyło.
Tak, jeżeli chodzi o karting, w tym sezonie zdobyłem podwójnego mistrza Polski. Było to zwycięstwo w serii Rock Cup Poland. Wygrałem 4 z 6 rund, a w tej jednej byłem 2. i 6, więc z tego sezonu jestem bardzo zadowolona. Jeżeli chodzi o to drugie mistrzostwo, było to mistrzostwo w serii KMP, czyli kartingowych Mistrzostw Polskich, w których zdobyłem pierwsze miejsce.
No dobra, a driftingowe twoje podboje i marzenia?
Moje marzenia driftingowe na następny sezon to oczywiście pojechać właśnie DMP, czyli Driftingowe Mistrzostwa Polski, na których w tym momencie jesteśmy. Jeżeli się to uda, będę bardzo zadowolony, więc takie są właśnie moje marzenia na sezon driftingowy w następnym sezonie.
No ale to co, rozumiem, że jak już od tylu lat jeździsz, to od razu jedziemy do klasy pro?
Mam nadzieję.
No dobrze, czyli co, trzymamy kciuki za to, żebyśmy zobaczyli się z tobą w przyszłym roku w Driftingowych Mistrzostwach Polski. Wielkie dzięki, trzymamy kciuki.
Dziękuję bardzo.
So Alexander there doing amazing things as a young man. It's just unreal what he can do in a vehicle, in multiple disciplines at that. And that is the future of motorsport, everyone, honestly. And it is none other than Paweł Korpolinski coming in to do a run. Now this is a treat. This is a man that was wondering when he was going to make an appearance, but to see Paweł Korpolinski coming in to do a demo run, obviously I'm pretty sure he took second place at the final of Drift Masters.
Did indeed, took second place in the final in the PGE Narodowe at Drift Masters. So he's going to go for a run. He actually won this event last year here at Tor Poznań, where he was in the championship fight as well. So, well, Korpolinski taking us for an inside view run here of the track, where you can really see how fast this is in the driver's point of view.
To be fair,
very fast-paced track.
Considering he's only done I don't know how many runs he's done of this layout today, but if that was his first one, then fair play. Maybe he's just getting a feel. But it's so cool to see Paweł Korpolinski here at DMP again. Obviously, just getting a couple of skids in, giving a wave to the crowd.
As well. A man who's fond of the sim as well. He competed in Virtual Drift Masters for a full season this year also. So he does a few donuts from the crowd here.
I've just seen in the chat, so that kid, Alexander, in the go-kart was actually a 2 times winner in the Polish Cup of go-karting. So he is actually aiming to come into DMP as well. So yeah, next season
we
potentially.
welcome him with open arms. I want to see that kid out there.
Honestly. Paweł Korpolinski, what a guy, what a driver. It's good to see him at DMP again. Obviously, he wasn't competing, but he has always been someone who has supported the championship, whether he drives or if he's just having an off-season, focusing on Drift Masters. So it's amazing to have him back. So Kamil is down there with him. We're going to get a couple of words from Paweł Korpolinski, the man, the myth, the legend himself.
Drodzy Państwo, jeszcze przez 30 minut aktualny mistrz Polski, driftingowy mistrz Polski z sezonu 2024, Paweł Korpolinski. Dajcie mu jakiś hałas, no. Z honorami trzeba przyjmować. Jak się czujesz tutaj na tym torze, na którym w zeszłym roku wszystko się rozegrało? I 2 lata temu chyba też, co?
Tak, dokładnie. No, na samym początku to pragnę powitać całą poznańską publiczność, bo jesteście świetni i bardzo miło jest mi tutaj gościć. Faktycznie widziałem to wszystko z perspektywy zawodnika i w zeszłym roku i 2 lata temu, także teraz spotykamy się tutaj w lekko innej roli, w lekko innych humorach, ale no ja bardzo doceniam tę możliwość, że mogłem chociaż taki jeden przejazd pokazowy przed wami wszystkimi zrobić i mam nadzieję, że wam się podobało i mam nadzieję, że zawodnicy dostarczyli wam bardzo dużo emocji, a jeszcze wisienka na torcie przed nami.
No właśnie się zastanawiałem, czy odpuścisz sobie ten Poznań, bo jak zobaczyłem twoje auto w piątek, to sobie pomyślałem, nie no, przecież niemożliwe, że przyjechał tutaj Paweł Korpolinski, który mówił, że na tym Poznaniu świetnie się driftuje i nawet nie wyjedzie.
Tak, no moje starty nie były w planach w tym roku, jeżeli chodzi o DMP, ale no, z racji i mojej obecności tutaj i możliwości tego, że pojawiło się tutaj moje auto, no to razem z organizacją Driftingowych Mistrzostw Polski stwierdziliśmy, że tą szansę należy wykorzystać i wykorzystamy ją właśnie w postaci takiego przejazdu pokazowego.
No nie spodziewam się, że nie macie tu przez to, że stawka jest jeszcze mocniejsza niż w poprzednich latach.
Oczywiście życzyłbym sobie tutaj być, no ale niestety, tak jak wspomniałem, plan na ten rok był inny, ale myślę, że mogę uchylić rąbkę tajemnicy, że pracujemy nad powrotem do pełnego sezonu DMP w przyszłym roku.
No dobrze, a ten sezon zrobiłeś to, co chciałeś zrobić? Ten narodowy to była ta wisienka na torcie w tym sezonie, no bo tam, umówmy się, no zrobiłeś coś wielkiego.
Tak, zgadza się. Jeżeli chodzi o moje plany i oczekiwania w startach w Drift Masters, no to zdecydowanie Troszkę musieliśmy na to poczekać, bo aż do ostatniej finałowej rundy, ale myślę, że plan został wykonany. 4. miejsce w klasyfikacji generalnej jest moim najlepszym dotychczasowym wynikiem, więc jestem z tego bardzo zadowolony. Uważam, że dobrze przepracowaliśmy ten sezon, wprowadziliśmy wiele kluczowych zmian, do których zresztą dochodziliśmy i planowaliśmy m.in. po finale DMP w zeszłym roku. Te zmiany zostały opracone i wprowadzone i myślę, że widać tego efekt, także zasadniczo jesteśmy bardzo zadowoleni. I to świetny prognostyk na kolejne lata. Jakby w dobrym stylu zamknąć sezon, myślę, że jest bardzo ważnym aspektem.
No dobrze, czy pamiętasz pierwsze auto, w którym driftowałeś?
Tak, BMW 30.
Czy pytanie o to, za kogo trzymasz kciuki, jest zasadne, czy ta miłość spod jednego namiotu została trochę? Ta miłość była taka czasem szorska, ale wiem, że się bardzo lubiliście.
Ja trzymam kciuki za wszystkich zawodników i chciałbym, żeby zawodnicy zrobili wszystko, a na pewno to zrobią, żeby wam, kibicom, dostarczyć jak najlepszych emocji, bo to jest w tym wszystkim najważniejsze. Drifting jest pewnego rodzaju show i widowiskiem i po to wszyscy robimy.
No dobrze, drodzy Państwo, dwukrotny mistrz Polski, Driftingowych Mistrzostw Polski z sezonu 23 i 24, Paweł Korpuliński. Cieszę się, że zadeklarowałeś się, że wracasz. Do zobaczenia w przyszłym sezonie w takim razie. Dzięki.
Oby tak, do zobaczenia. Dziękuję. Dziękuję.
Wielki brawa raz jeszcze dla Pawła Korpulińskiego. Wspaniały zawodnik, wspaniały człowiek, z którym można godziny przegadywać.
So we do have some information there. So Paweł Korpuliński has won the titles here in Poznań in 2023 and 2024. He took the championship both years at this track, and he is just fresh off his podium in Drift Masters there. So that is a very, very exciting to have him here today at Tor Poznań. So we will be waiting for the next battles to come up, Brandon. It'll be our playoff battle, I believe, between Kuba Brygonski and Jakub Kroll. Both Jakubs, again, we had this at round 1, I believe, this exact matchup for the final.
We did. Yes, we did. So it's a repeat. It's it's a rematch. We did get a comment saying Polish viewers said that they're glad to have the English commentary. We thank you for that. And he's even said that, gave us a compliment saying we're better than the Drift Masters commentators. I do not believe that, but thank you. But now we have Jakub Wyszynski in the lead, Jakub Kroll in the chase, in for third place at the final round of DMP2025. Two insane drivers who can take the top, who can get revenge as it comes through. Oh, but Jakub Kroll straightens out and he goes off track almost, as Jakub Wyszynski does an amazing job of keeping that lead line nice and tidy as it comes around into our zone 4. Look at this from Jakub Wyszynski, absolutely pinpoint as always. Does miss in a clip 5 though. That is a big mistake though for Jakub Kroll. His armour has been chinked and now he's showing mistakes.
Yeah, let's have a look at this here. So Jakub Kroll does initially do well here, initiating behind Kuba Brygonski, but when we get around here to outer zone 1, we have a big straight in there from Kuba Kroll as he has to reinitiate, get back on track. He does drop wheels there too when he reinitiates, so Jakub Brygonski doing a very, very good job here out in the lead, not doing a whole pile wrong, as Kuba Kroll does get back into the fight here very, very quickly, gets back on to the door of that GR86 by the end of the track, but by that stage is a bit too little too late, unfortunately, as we go back to the start line and we send them back down again.
This is going to be intense. Obviously, Jakub Kroll knowing he's made a mistake, so he's got nothing at this point. He's got nothing else to do but just send it, and he's just got to hope this all goes well.
Yeah, so Jakub
Kroll see.
Along with Kuba Brygonski in for the chase here. Kuba Brygonski, will he go hell for leather or will he allow a gap? Will he do some technical driving here? He'll probably know from his spotter that he has an advantage here. Kuba Kroll did straighten behind him, so we wait for the lights to go green. We will send them down the track once more for who will get third spot on the podium here today in Poznań as we send it down into outer zone 1 and around to outer zone 2. Kuba Brygonski right there with Jakub Kroll as we come around to outer zone 3. Kuba Brygonski right on the door of Jakub Kroll. Outer zone 4. Brygonski still right there, not even an inch to Jakub Kroll, and we cross the line. Brandon, make sense of that chase run.
I'm speechless. I am
That
speechless.
was unbelievable from Brzezinski.
Jakub Brzezinski, take a bow. What a way to finish the season. And of course, Jakub Kroll doing a great job in the lead as well. This is the most aggressive I think I've ever seen Jakub Brzezinski chase. And this is what we've been wanting to see from him. And oh, it's so precise, and I am in love with his driving. It's I honestly, on a technical way, in a technical term, this should be Jakub Brzezinski's. Based on the mistake from Jakub Kroll, it's got to have gone. No, he did not. But he wanted to prove a point because Jakub Kroll beat him in the final last time in the first round, so he's coming for revenge. Oh, what a way to finish the season. It has been absolutely insane. Once again, Corey, thank you so much for the kind words. Both me and Kian, it is an honour. But moving on, getting third place is Jakub Brzezinski, getting third place at the final of DMP 2025. And he comes to Camel straight away, forgets that Jakub's there. He's like, oh yeah, sorry. Let's see what they have to say.
Kuba Przygoński i Kuba Król z nami, no nie może być inaczej, ale ta para, no na żyletki już, ale chyba trochę obydwu wam puściło, co?
No to jest tak, że na pewno to walka o trzecie miejsce jest taką chyba najprzyjemniejszą, bo jest się bardzo blisko i tutaj wszystko może się wydarzyć i można dużo zaryzykować, bo już samochód później nie jest potrzebny tak naprawdę.
Czy tu była kalkulacja chłodna odnośnie tego, co dzieje się w generalce? Już wiemy, jeszcze nie wiemy?
Znaczy jeszcze nie wiemy, ja nie jestem pewny, ale niestety po przejeździe z Łukaszem Kaliszewskim zaczęła blokować mi się kierownica. Jak uciekałem, to już nie byłem w stanie jechać, a potem to już tylko czysta zabawa i próba jak najlepszego przejazdu, także przepraszam te wszystkie pomyłki, starałem się jak mogłem, ale nie wyszło tym razem.
No dobrze, to ja nic nie mówię, dobra? Tak? Nie chcesz wiedzieć. Dobrze, jak nie chcesz wiedzieć, to ja jeszcze, drodzy Państwo, nic nie mówię. Jeszcze, Kuba, do Ciebie wrócę na chwilę po tym sezonie i po tym Twoim powrocie do Driftingowych Mistrzostw Polski. Wiem, że kilka razy o tym rozmawialiśmy, ale Ty spodziewałeś się, że to będzie taka walka do samego końca na żyletki?
Nie no, o to chodzi, żeby była w Spolce walka na żyletki. To są większe emocje dla kibiców, większe emocje dla nas, więc jedziemy jeszcze bardziej na ryzyku, jeszcze bardziej ryzykujemy tak, żeby jechać, prawda, po tych zonach tam gdzieś w dokładności co do kilku centymetrów i o to chodzi. To na tym polegają Driftingowe Mistrzostwa Polski, żeby był jak najwyższy poziom, jak najmocniejsza rywalizacja.
No tu mogę zapytać dokładnie o to samo. Wiemy, co działo się u Ciebie w poprzednich sezonach. Ci, co nie wiedzą, to sobie sprawdzą z kronikarskiego obowiązku, bo no, ta Twoja walka trwała no, w poprzednich 2 sezonach tak naprawdę no, do samego końca, za każdym razem.
Tak, dokładnie tak było, ale z reguły miałem pecha i gdzieś tam na każdej rundzie albo przydarzyła jakaś przykra sytuacja, albo ktoś we mnie uderzył. No w tym roku się udało, pomimo że raz skończyłem zawody w top 32. Jestem mega szczęśliwy. Znaczy nie wiem, czy się udało, ale domyślam się.
Czekajcie, czy Kuba jest mistrzem Polski, czy nie?
No dobrze, drodzy Państwo, Kuba Król, Kuba Przygoński byli z nami. Zapraszamy do naszych komentatorów, którzy mają coś do ogłoszenia.
Wow. So obviously, Jakub Kroll is our 2025 champion for DMP 2025. Obviously, oh God, my brain is not working. Jakub Brzezinski taking third place in this round. I do believe we had some information there. I couldn't quite hear it properly.
Yeah, it was, just confirming that Jakub Kroll is the...
Yes. Yep, so, yep. Once again, Jakub Kroll is your 2025 champion here at DMP 2025, celebrating 15 years of smoke, and he is your winner.
Oczywiście, że jestem, drodzy Państwo, z Kubą Królem. Słuchaj, no ja doskonale pamiętam te poprzednie sezony, dlatego chciałem o nie zapytać, no bo w końcu chyba... No w końcu oddały te 2 sezony. Co, możemy o nich zapomnieć, odciąć się od nich kreską. Driftingowy Mistrz Polski 2025, Kuba Król.
Dokładnie, możemy się odciąć, ale w tym sezonie, uwierzcie mi, nie było łatwo walczyć o ten tytuł mistrza. Naprawdę rywalizacja była zacięta do ostatniej chwili. Łukasz Tasiemski, Kuba Przygoński i wiele innych kierowców, Mats Andrasen, naprawdę jeździli w tym sezonie świetnie. Także no, dzisiaj ja miałem trochę więcej szczęścia, ale innym razem nie miałem go Dzisiaj zwycięstwo po mojej stronie, jestem mega szczęśliwy, dziękuję Wam bardzo.
Decydują mikro szczegóły czasem, tu nie ma mowy o szczęściu. Kuba Król, więcej na podium w takim razie. Dzięki wielkie, gratulacje.
Dziękuję bardzo.
So there you have it. That is the man who has taken the championship for this season. And we just need to go at confirmation. Right, let's go into the final. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. The final here at the grand finale of DMP 2025, celebrating 15 years of smoke. It all comes down to this. We have already crowned our champion, but now we get to see probably one of the craziest battles of the entire day, which is David Spasov versus Lucas in that Warhouse A90 Supra. Obviously, with Peter Vincek being his spotter, he has put on a stellar performance all weekend. And having hardly any seat time in that car, he goes against our top qualifier and probably one of the most insane drivers of the weekend. So we'll have to see how it goes from here. But honestly, I am ready to... I'm ready, but I'm not ready, because this could be something else. So we've got to see what happens from here on as we do getting them to the line. Oh, this is the last battle of the season. So before we kick this off, we want to thank everyone for being a part of this and watching, as we have David Spasov at the line now in the lead, our top qualifier. As he clicks that wheel into place, he is ready to go. This is a man possessed, so we'll have to see what he does. And we have Lucas in the chase in that gorgeous Warhouse A90. I would try and say his last name, but I do not want to butcher it. But now, here we go. Okay, there you go. So here we go, the final battle here at DMP 2025. David Spasov in the lead, Lucas in the chase. A90 versus S15. Let's see what they can do as they initiate into out zone 1. Not looking too bad so far. Nice proximity there, but could be a bit closer as they come around into out zone 3. But look at this from Lucas, getting into the pocket. Can he get closer? Yes, he is. Wheel to wheel, pushing David Spasov around the track as he comes through the transition in the boundary section. Come through out zone 4. This is crazy stuff from the two of these as they come through end cut 5 and across the line. Oh my word, Kian. What is going on?
Yeah, this is unbelievable here from Lucas, from spotter to definitely professional driver, deserving to be here. David Spasov on that lovely lead line here, but look at the dive here from Lucas. Unbelievable dive, straight up onto the front wheel of that Spasov S15. Little bit of a correction there to stay up with the S15. It was a very fast car, that Spasov Motorsport car, as we transition here through the center section and back again to outer zone 4. Look at the proximity here from Lucas. It is unbelievable how well he has done today for his first ever round of drifting. This man is a future champion if he continues on this path. 100%, I guarantee it.
Honestly, it is insane. Obviously, David doing a stellar lead line as well. So we've honestly, but then this is where it gets interesting, because David Spasov is an insane chase driver as well. So this could be fireworks, but here we go as they get prepped at the line. Oh, this is the perfect way to finish the round as we have them back at the line once again. Right, this is your final run here at DMP 2025 at the Grand Finale at Tor Poznań. Let's get it. Lucas in the lead, David in the chase. Here we go. The way to finish it, and it's the initiating to out zone 1, looking nice and deep there, as well as out zone 2. Looking pretty messed up, but look at the transition for David Spasov. Can he get up onto the dive and door like Lucas did? He's not as close there in out zone 3 as Lucas was as we transition now into out zone 4. But look at this from David Spasov and Lucas as we come across into inner clip 5 and across the line. Could this be Lucas taking the win?
Let's have a look at this. Let's break this down. Let's not jump to any conclusions, but look at the lead line here from Lucas. It is unbelievable. David Spasov doing a very good job there to chase through outer zone 1 and 2. As we go through to outer zone 3, look at the proximity here from David Spasov. Not as close as Lucas was in his chase run, but still in proximity nonetheless as we transition back here. This is where it's unbelievable. Look at the transitions here. They're so tight between both cars as Lukasz gets through outer zone 4, comes across the bump like nothing's even there. Spasov right there as well with him. Lukasz bringing it across inner clip 5 and across the line with Spasov in tow. That was an unbelievable set of runs there.
Oh my God.
As we wait for the judges' scorecards to drop in, we will announce the winner.
People are debating on whether it's People are debating on whether it is Peter's car. Is it Peter's car? He has 2 cars, one spare for at events and one to drive. Obviously, one of them broke at the final of Driftmasters at the PG Narodowej. So this is Peter's car. But who is winning the final? David Spasov is your winner here at the final, having a perfect weekend, top qualifying and taking first place here at DMP round 4, the final. But Lukasz in his first round in competition getting a podium. Wow. It just makes you think, should he run alongside Peter in Driftmasters? What a drive for both of these drivers.
We do have Neil down there with Lukasz.
No dobrze, moi drodzy, na pierwszy ogień Łukasz Kaliszewski. Słuchaj, no rozmawialiśmy wczoraj. Jest i spotter, proszę bardzo. Czy ty musisz nam powiedzieć, bo ja się dowiedziałem, zrobiłem tutaj mały research i podobno ile robiłeś chase'ów w swoim życiu? Bo leadrunów to wiemy, że robiłeś dużo, a chase'ów?
Chase'ów w sumie mało, z Piotrkiem i tak najwięcej, ale to było myślę no z 15-20 lat, mógłby to potwierdzić, ale tak mi się wydaje. No w tym aucie na pewno było ze 4 godziny tak po prostu chyba, nie? Albo coś tego. 2 dni takie krótkie sesje.
Dobrze, są 2 pytania, które muszę zadać. Po pierwsze, jak to smakuje?
Jeszcze nie wiem, jeszcze procesuję, to jeszcze nie wiem. Nie to jeszcze do mnie.
Pytanie numer 2, czy to był jednorazowy wyskok, czy będziemy myśleć o tym, żeby zobaczyć Cię w pełnym wydaniu w Driftingowych Mistrzostwach Polski albo gdzieś indziej, jako zawodnika, nie spotera?
Tego nie wiem. To było moje pełne wydanie dzisiaj i z tego się jestem bardzo zadowolony i szczęśliwy, więc nie wiem, ciężko powiedzieć.
Super było brać w tym udział, wielkie gratulacje. No znowu, nie ma tu mowy o szczęściu, pure skill, jakby powiedzieli ludzie za granicą, wielkie gratulacje.
Dziękuję pięknie.
No dobrze, gdzie jest Dawid w takim razie? Dawid! Dawid, sposób z nami, Dawid. No cóż ja mogę powiedzieć w takim razie, skoro zapytałem Cię o wszystkie najważniejsze rzeczy, tak mi się wydaje, no ale powiedzieliśmy też, że robota nie została do końca zrobiona, więc co, job's done.
Dziękuję ślicznie. No udało się, pierwsze miejsce w kwalifikacjach, pierwsze miejsce na rundzie, no wynik nie mogło być lepszego, ale to wszystko dzięki publiczności, dzięki kibicom, że trzymali, dopingowali cały czas. No i przede wszystkim ogromne brawa dla mojej ekipy Sposób Motorsport, dla całego zespołu mechaników, dla taty Spotera, dla mamy, dla mojej narzeczonej. Dziękuję wszystkim, że po prostu tutaj ze mną dzisiaj byli i kibicowali.
No ta robota zrobiona tak, że chyba lepiej się po prostu nie dało. Z autem wszystko ok, z Tobą wszystko ok, z Torem wszystko ok. No czego chcieć więcej?
No niczego.
No dobra, wiem, Mistrzostwa Polski w przyszłym roku, tak?
Zobaczymy. Nie mówię tak, nie mówię nie. Zobaczymy, co czas pokaże.
Dawid Sposób, zwycięzca ostatniej rundy Driftingowych Mistrzostw Polski 2025. Wielkie gratulacje. Należało się.
Dziękuję ślicznie.
What a legend. David Spasov and Lukasz. Wow, what a final it has been. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is DMP 2025 wrapped up in a nice little neat bow. Obviously, we've still got the podium to go, so we will be moving on to that shortly. We do have we're just waiting on our championship results as well. And yeah, it's just, oh my word, what a season it has been. I mean, look at the amount of spectators we have coming through as well. It has been a crazy, crazy season. And obviously, we do want to thank everyone. But here it is, your final results of DMP 2025. Wow.
So we do have the top 10 here. So Jakob Kroll getting the win there. Mads Andersen placing second. Lukasz Susemski getting third. Jakob Prozgonski getting fourth. Valery Shevlov in fifth. Nasser Al-Halbali Urias in sixth. Kevin Verubel in seventh. Mikhail Jarakevsky in eighth. Oras Michalchuk in 9th, and Fabian Dorozinski in 10th. That is your top 10 for 2025 pro category here of DMP.
Considering how gutted Mads Andersen was about his handbrake failing in his top 16 battle, he's still got second in the season. So he's still got that podium. So I know he is going to be happy about that. Obviously, he was aiming for the win, but what a drive it has been for him. And obviously, Jakob Kroll coming in and just being an absolute monster this season. So we're going to have to get everyone set up. And as you can see there, we've got all the cars lined up. It has been a crazy, crazy season.
Yeah, and you can see down at the podium there, everybody getting together around all of our spectators. If you are in attendance, do get down to the podium ceremony and have a look at everybody lining up. Have a look at all the cars from both the semi-pro category and the pro category, your top 3 in each championship, and today in each round. So it is very much a stacked grid here. From semi-pro and pro, we will be doing the podium ceremony for both the championships and the round for each of these categories. As you can see, everybody's starting to fill in there. You see Bartolomeo starting to pull to the line. You've got Max Racing S14 down there as well. Patrick Detmer down there. Kuba Poyansky, Kuba Kroll, and Mads Andersen down there too. So you can also see the Merlu machine down there. Merlo, another sponsor of the DMP series. A big thank you to them. They have been supporting us all season. Big thank you to all of the sponsors this season: Red Bull, Tiski 00, Strongflex, Varta Batteries. We have got Kebs as well. We've got so many different sponsors, and we cannot thank them all because the list is so long. Big thank you to them, though. We could not do this without any of you guys.
It has been it has been an incredible season, and obviously it has been the first time that DMP has ever had English commentary, so we want to thank everyone who has supported us throughout all of this, including a lot of the Polish. It has been the kind words all of you have given towards the entire team here at DMP as well as us brings us great joy, and we're just glad that we could bring a great show for all of you to watch. The drivers have put everything on their line. They have been absolutely incredible, and without you guys, it wouldn't be as much of a fun sport to be a part of. We do this to make it a great show for the spectators. And obviously, look at this. Look at all of everyone just coming around, to all of the drivers. Wow. I mean, we've got Corey in the chat there saying, honestly, mate, you have no idea how much that means to both me and Kian. Wow. It's just been... this for me and Kian, we come from the simulator world. So for us to do something this big, coming straight from the sim, is a massive, massive honor, and we couldn't be more grateful for the opportunity. It's been an incredible experience, and hopefully we can continue on into 2026, but we'll have to see. I will be making the trip over to Riga next weekend to hang out with Kuba Bashonsky, funnily enough, so it will be a fun time. So wow, honestly, brain.exe stops working. Yes, very much so. This has been an incredible season. Incredible season. I have never seen anything like this. I watch Driftmasters all the time, but the overall action that you get from here in DMP has been... I genuinely don't understand how this is not one of the best in the world. This championship, the presentation, the teams, the cars, the present, and I'm going to almost say presentation twice then. Everything about DMP as a whole, as one package, is world tier, is top of the line in drifting. And I think as a motorsport, it shows drifting in the best way possible. And it wouldn't be possible without everyone involved. As you can see there, we've got all of our partners in the background. Merlo helping us out as well massively. We use their equipment to get all the walls built up, move a lot of the equipment around. They are essential to track setup, and we couldn't be more grateful to have them on board, as well as all of our other sponsors coming on board throughout the season. As you can see there, Lotto was one of our Lotto.pl was our newest coming on board, and it's just been incredible, and we hope you have all had an amazing time as well as us. And I know, Kian, you've obviously, it's just been something else. I don't know how to explain the experience, but it's been, for our first major gig, this has been a life-changing experience, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. This is unbelievable. To get the chance to work with such a company, it's very, very nice. Big thank you to them for supporting us and trusting us with the English stream. First ever English stream of this entire season. It's been fantastic, and I can't thank the team enough. The TV crew, the judges, everyone feeding us information. Big shout out to Drift Chat as well for feeding us with information all season, as we do get a visual of the podium here now. And we will be announcing our winners very, very soon. So you can see all of our sponsors there: Red Bull, Chechny, AMZ. We've got Kebs, Modal, Red Bull, Merlo, Toolmex Truck, Toyota Poland, and a number of
It
others,
just doesn't
SRL
stop.
in there as well. It does not stop. The Tisky 00. We've got so many up there. Big shout out to them. We could not do this without them. So we will be getting on with our podium ceremony just very, very shortly, as we are just waiting for all drivers to attend that need to get up on the podium. So
I think we will be doing our semi-pro
do.
class first.
Yeah, so there's David Spasov, I believe, getting up onto the top step of the podium there, getting the win here today of round 4 at DMP. David Spasov is your winner of round 4.
What a drive
We will
it has been.
move on to the second spot as we get our next driver. Oh, this is for qualification, I'm hearing. So David Spasov taking the win there for the qualification. He got 97 on his first run of qualifying there. And we obviously have the guys at
This
AMZ
is-
there as well on the third spot.
This is actually team standings, I do believe.
Yeah, so
these
team
are
standings
the
here
teams.
now.
Look at how...
Yeah, so team standings there. Obviously, Spasov Motorsport taking the win there. You've got all of the crew there, including David Spasov and Wojtek Spasov. You've got Magdalena Malazinska there as well, and Dariusz Malazinski as well, along with Lukasz Taszemski. AMZ Motorsport in third, Rottinger Drift Team in second, and Spasov Motorsport taking the win for the teams as they spray champagne around. That's just the first of many champagne bottles to be popped today, as I think Lukasz Taszemski has just fallen there as they celebrate with Magdalena Malazinska there as well. And we will move it on to the next section.
What an incredible event it has been. I mean, so now we're going to be moving on to our semi-pro for today's results, and then I do believe we'll be moving on to our championship after that for semi-pro.
Yeah, so taking third position in semi-pro, it is Dariusz Malazinski as he falls off the podium there. You can see second spot is Bartosz, and he's fallen off the podium too. And in first place is your winner and your championship winner as well. It is Patrick Detmer. Big congratulations to Patrick Detmer winning the round today, proving why he is the 2025 semi-pro champion, as they get given their winnings for today. They get a steering wheel, they get a good few other goodies as well as their trophies as well. They will get some champagne to spray there very, very shortly as well. So we will move it along to then getting their Champagne now in a second as we get a few photos first before they destroy everything in Champagne. There you have it. Patrick Detmer taking first position. Bartolomej Ozorczyk taking second position. And Dariusz Malezinski taking third position for Sposob Motorsport. As we get ready to spray each other with champagne yet again. Nobody falling down this time. Health and safety are having a heart attack at the moment as they spray the crowd and their teams with the champagne. They have a good celebration. We will be moving on to the pro category now in just a second, I believe.
Also, a shout out to all of the TV crew in the background. Amazing people giving us information throughout the entire time. As we have Simon in our ear, constantly feeding us information when we need it. And obviously we have Camille on the track as well. So a big thank you to them. As without them, sometimes we'd be clueless.
Yeah, absolutely. Big shout out to them, feeding us information constantly throughout the day. And here we go. Here is your third spot on the podium. It is Kuba Przygonsky. Taking second place on the podium is Lucas. And then your first place for today, a man who has had a flawless round, David Sposob. Huge congratulations to all the guys. David Sposob, a flawless victory for him, getting top spot in qualifications and then getting top spot in the driving round in the battles. Big shout out to Lucas as well, doing an incredible job here today. Very good qualifying yesterday. Unbelievable battle driving today as well. Taking him all the way to second spot in the championship. What a weekend that man has had. David Sposob as well, feeling very happy with himself after that. Maybe we'll see him for a full season of DMP next year. Hopefully we will see that. We do know that Paul Korpolinski is working on getting another season of DMP going as well, as long as Drift Masters next year. And there you go. There you have the names of all of our drivers. Lucas Kaliszewski doing an incredible job in Peter Visek's GR Supra. And he will definitely be one to watch for the future as the guys get their champagne. Hopefully nobody falling off the podium this time again.
Also,
Lucas is struggling to get the cap off the champagne there. Obviously,
first time.
It's the first time doing this. It's definitely, and he drops the bottle as well, and that's gone very well for your first time on the podium. So, brilliant show there from Cooper Przygonsky, soaking him in the champagne, making sure he does get his fair dose of it. Big congratulations to everybody on the podium today. Big well done. Yeah, you can have some of that there, Lucas.
Wow. Also, the fact that Lucas has had only 4 hours of driving time in that Supra overall before this event.
Yeah, very good job from him. He was driving Peter's old S15, you were saying, before that, and that's what the car he had all his practice in. So very different cars, like the AA90 Supra, and a whole lot of people trying to figure that chassis out. And when you figure it out, it is an incredible car. But to jump from an S15 into that A90 Supra is incredible. Big well done to Lucas to do that.
I mean, let's be honest, that S15 is not exactly slow either. We all remember how Peter Visek's S15 setups were. That car was something else.
Yeah, very impressive car, but again, very different to the Supra. You're pretty much sitting on the back axle in the driver's seat when you're in the Supra. There's not a whole lot of room behind you, and it feels like you've got 2 football fields in front of you. So we will get the podium realigned there as it moved away. So we will have the team's podium for the entire year, and Sposob Motorsport, I believe, has taken top step on the podium for the year as the team winning the most amount of points. So big congratulations to them. We will get the results here now for the second. I believe is Rottinger as well, and AMZ again in the second and third position. Well done to everybody there. Obviously, Sposob Motorsport doing unbelievable this year with both in semi-pro and pro categories. They've done an incredible year. Very difficult to keep 4 or 5 cars going all year round. It's incredible from that team, even the logistics that goes into this. A lot of people don't see the background of this. So there you have it. Spasov Motorsport taking the win, followed by Rottinger Drift Team and AMZ Motorsport for your team's winners of the year. As Lucas Szosensky can't get the cap off the champagne again. Somebody is super gluing these tight. So Lucas finally gets it and starts to spray AMZ with that, and Darius Malazinski savoring that moment on top step of the podium as he jumps back down. We will move on to our semi-pro class for the season, where we will announce third, second, and your winner, your champion for the year. We are just waiting. So third place, we have Bartolomej Ozwarjak on Ozarek. I'm being corrected by our TV crew here.
We're not good at Polish pronunciations.
So Bartolomej Ozarjak getting the win there in third spot. We will announce our second spot will be Maximilian Maikos, as we are just waiting for the guys to jump on to the podium.
Look at the turnout here at the podium.
Yeah, so here we go. So Bartolomej Ozarjak here to take third step on the podium for the semi-pro of the year. And you can see Patrick Detmer to take first spot, Maximilian Maikos to take second spot on the podium, as those guys have a bit of an embrace. Shake hands, as that is your podium for the series DMP 2025 semi-pro class. These guys have driven an incredible season from start to finish. All of these guys having a phenomenal drive and putting their life and soul into this season. Very, very big well done to those guys. Patrick Detmer having an incredible season. Definitely one of the drivers for the future to watch in that E36, as Max Maikos as well, and Bartolomej Ozarjak as well, as they start to open their champagne. Will anybody get stuck this time?
It's crazy to think
Darius
that
Malazinski is back on the mix here. He's trying to get some of the guys.
It's crazy to think that Patrick Detmer. It amazes me that Patrick Detmer almost had a complete dominating season. It is what a performance it has
Such
been
an
for him.
incredible drive all season. Max Maikos has just broken his bottle of champagne. So
oh no!
At least Lucas isn't the only one who did it this weekend. So we have broken another bottle of champagne. Clean up on all 5.
At least with Lucas's, it didn't shatter on the floor.
Yeah, that's going to take a while to clean up. Someone's going to get a pop tire in a couple of days' time coming around there. As those guys leave the podium, we will announce your winners for the pro category this season. As we do actually get a clean up on all 5 before we do that. I think fair play to the guys sweeping up everything.
God, look how soaked
more
it is there.
champagne on the floor than
the
glass,
rubber.
I think.
You could drink that
Fair
straight
play
off the floor.
to-
There's that much.
Fair play to the track staff there for cleaning that up. Lucas Tashemski taking third spot on the podium of Series 2025, your pro third place spot. And you can see coming in from the right-hand side there, Mads Anderson taking second spot on the podium. And your winner, your champion of DMP 2025, Jakob Kroll! Very well done to all of the guys here on the podium. Very good driving all season long from all 3 of these guys. And as well, 4th place goes to Cooper Brzezinski. And Jakob Kroll, delighted with himself there. That is a DMP championship under his belt. Toshemski in 3rd place and Mads Anderson in 2nd place. These guys have put everything into this year. Jakob Kroll has had logistical nightmares with getting his car from Drift Masters events to DMP events, and he will take top spot, take that gold medal of the championship and bring that home.
Oh, he's just been given a season license as well for Drift Masters.
I'm pretty sure he had that one already, but he will take that for sure. Jakob Kroll has definitely deserved to take the win this season. Absolutely drove the wheels off that S14-9 all season long. Did an incredible job. So did Mads Andersen, and so did Lukas Szymski, as they will crack open their champagne one last time for the end of this season. Give it up for your season winners!
Oh god, Lukas Szymski's had a lot of champagne in his face today.
Yep. He can't even spray it anymore. There's nothing left on the bottle.
Yeah.
He's making sure Kuba Kroll gets everything thrown on him as quick as possible, as Przemski's team spray him with their champagne bottles as well. Unbelievable drive from all these guys this season. Brandon, this has been incredible, to say the least. What a season this has been. Round 4 to finish it all up. What a round to finish it up with. This has been unbelievable. What an honor to commentate on this championship. Big thank you to all the team here at DMP 2025. 15 years of smoke. Brandon, this was unbelievable.
Yep, well, that is that. That is DMP 2025 over. That is the season finished. As we set everything down, everyone starts packing up. We get to go and everyone's going to go and have a beer, have a chill out, and just reflect on the season. And it has been an absolute honor, and we thank everyone for supporting the English commentary side, because this is the first time in 15 years of DMP there has been English commentary. So it's a great honor to be a part of it, and what a way to finish it. Hopefully we'll be back for 2026, but thank you everyone who has come and watched and supported the 2025 season. So hopefully soon we'll see you then. We've been joined by Cian Riddy, and my name has been Brandon Carter, and what a way to finish the season. We'll see you all in 2026 here at the Polish Drift Championship DMP. What a way to finish. We'll see you soon.